Hello, hi, it's Sunday. Welcome to Otaku Talk. As you can see from my background, we're going to be talking about the Blerd experience, growing up as a Blerd, why RDC World 1 is the GOAT, and how they have carried Blerdom to a new level. We're going to be talking about old cartoons from the 90s and how it basically carved out who we are today. And then we're going to have an open panel segment, so if anybody's watching and you want to share your experiences growing up black watching anime, or just growing up watching anime, for those of you who may not be black and watching, we would love to have you up. So with that being said, I'm going to bring up my co-host. Hello, Twan.
Adios. Adios.
Adios.
Bye, y'all.
Okay, so we leaving. Okay, it's
Hola.
allowed. Happy Sunday. Shout out to the
Right.
chat. Hey, Trash Can Waves. Hey, what the funk is this? Hello, hubby, technically
What's up? What's up?
present.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
All right, so here we are. We took a week off, so it feels like it's been a long time. I'm like, am I
Right. No, it
buzzy?
really does.
Is my
You
sound
sound,
buzzy?
you sound good.
Oh, okay. Okay. Keep it. That's goodbye. Keep it anime. So yeah, we took a week off, so we're back. Last time we did our mukbang, which was fun. Um, I spread the gospel of natto after that live. I got my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law to taste it.
Oh, I got Ashley to try. I got her whole family to try for the most part.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Gave them. So I gave Wesley some, Ashley some. Amelia tried it, and Oliver tried it. Riley refused to try it.
my niece tried it too. It was hilarious. So we've been spreading terror among the black community, getting them to try natto. So
Mhm.
yeah. Hey Shy Cutie, hey Jay, what's up?
Surprisingly, Ashley had the most tame reaction I've seen with the YouTube included. I gotta show you the clip. I'm gonna show you after recorded it.
Wow, so the
Yeah.
women, I mean, my sister-in-law, for as much as she hated it, you could not tell from her face.
She
So,
had
yeah.
multiple bites. Ashley dissected it. She had
I'm
multiple.
judging her. I'm judging her now. Okay.
See, you
So
ain't gonna get
I'm
me to have
judging
the
her.
hate train. I ain't
If you
judging.
take another bite, I'm like, what you be doing in your spare time? Okay. Where that texture is okay with you. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink. I got you. I see you. Hey, Timette. Yeah, so we're gonna get into the show. We have a lot to talk about today, and I think it's gonna be a great discussion. And I want to have time for everybody in the chat to leave their thoughts and come up. But real quick, in celebration of this show, because of what we'll be talking about, lately I've been trying to make sure I plug my baby, my website. The reason I'm talking about it is because I will be a vendor at Dreamcon, so I got to get these coins up because I really didn't think I was gonna get a spot. Okay. So we will be at DreamCon as vendors with my store Kawaii for the culture. And so I'm like, you know what? Let me try to get these coins up because
Mhm.
yeah, we got to drive out there. We got to take our table. We got to get the merch. I'm like, oh, I was not, y'all, I really was not ready for that. So real quick, in celebration of this show, I have added 2 tees to my store, Blerd since 1995. And
Yes.
on the front, it has, if you can see, it has like Dragon Ball Z, Ronin Warriors, and Sailor Moon. And there's a blurred one and there's an otaku one. So I'm just gonna keep it short. I'm not gonna hold you, but yeah, that's basically the shirt. And if you go in the store, you can zoom in a little bit more. I know it's kind of small, but yeah, I just wanted to add that those two shirts are in my store in celebration of what we're talking about because this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart. So
Same.
yeah, this will be fun. So they talking to each other. Who all these characters that's making me feel this way. Okay, so we have some good talking points for this. And then our question of the day for the chat is, did you ever get picked on for being different? This could be in childhood or adulthood, because not all adults are, mature. I guess we'll say we'll be nice today. You really got a white girl with blend since 19. Yeah, because it's not, first of all, they're mock-ups. Let's clarify this. First of all, they're mock-ups. I cannot choose the race of said mock-ups. And second of all, you see, I say otaku and blurred. So these are for
She's like,
all
we got
races.
representation.
We're all inclusive. But yeah, I can't help what color they make the lady, which we gonna talk about this. Actually,
You
we're
don't
gonna
got
talk about
Photoshop?
this. We gonna talk about this, which is why I'm trying to get my coins up, because the fact that you can go on a t-shirt production thing and they don't have mock-ups of all races that you can choose is ridiculous to me in 2022.
That is very
Like,
true.
I can't get a mock-up with a black lady in
Especially
2022.
especially with every like video game now being ultra inclusive, having trans and beyond trans characters.
Right.
Just
Like, so, but I still can't get a mock-up with black people. Okay.
right.
Okay.
You say you
Yeah.
also know.
So yeah, I am. But yeah, that does irritate me. But we're gonna talk about that later as well. So if y'all have any experiences with getting picked on for being different, let me know in the chat. If y'all want to come up after we do our little intro segment, we will go into inviting people up. So I made us a cute little frame, you know what I'm saying? Because
I like this. I like this. Thank you. Give me representation.
I'd be
Although
so
you well, that's funny though. Did you plan that having two dumb characters as the corner image?
they're the cornerstone of 90s this was our gateway drug into anime.
They the
Feel how
cornerstone
we
of
want to feel
Clueless.
about them now, yeah. But Goku, we was rocking with Goku and
No,
Serena.
absolutely. I'm being
Serena, which is why they changed the girl name. But I still don't get that. Yeah. So can I get a Hispanic cleaning lady superhero cup? Exactly. Exactly. Right. We talking about real, right. The trans got more hair options in Cyberpunk than we do. That's
boy.
you know what? Because we're gonna talk about our RDC World 1 and how they made a whole skit about this. Like in 2022, we
'Cause
still can't get no hairstyles.
listen, they steady giving us them played cornrows. Like they steady giving us. It's either
Them
Caesar
Tyler
cut,
Perry, them Tyler Perry
the
cornrows.
Tyler Perry wigs. It's either the crew cut, the
See,
Caesar cut, or it's fucking braids.
that's what he's about. We got them same Shamar Moore fake braids from that, that Tyler Perry movie.
Like I ain't
Don't
never had
know what
nothing. I ain't never had nothing but a Caesar cut. But I'd like a little fro hawk
can we
situation or
get some
something. Like
fro hawk, some little coil mohawk, something like no,
I
you
really thought
still
Cyberpunk was gonna give it to me too. They got
yeah,
flopping penises and stuff just going crazy everywhere, but you ain't got a hairstyle?
but you can't get a hairstyle. You see what I'm
Priorities.
saying? Please write printful.com, y'all. Can we get some black mock-up? Can we get a black couple mock-up? That's all I'm saying. White
Ain't
couple,
nobody
black
black
couple.
in the design room. Nobody.
Can we? You know what I'm saying? It's so difficult. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the discussion. First of all, hey Yella. We will talk about blurs because I titled this growing up blur, but we know that term was not around when we were actually growing up as what we now call blurs, right? We was just what were some names that we were given back in the day?
Oreo was my common moniker.
Yeah,
Um,
staple.
you're right.
Staple.
I mean, honestly, it kind of stayed tepid with Oreo. I don't really think I didn't really get made fun of for like
Right.
anime. It was more like a, why are you talking to me about this? Like, why are you still watching cartoons? And that was like
Oh,
that was the high school era. Nobody was really caring about watching cartoons in middle
right.
school and elementary school, but you wasn't out here talking about it as much. At least I wasn't, because I didn't really have
Right.
friends that watched the same stuff I did. Yeah, they was watching SpongeBob.
Right.
I was watching people get socked to death.
He
And
said weird.
yeah,
Hey,
weird.
Courtney Michelle. Agree. Yeah, we got called. Let's see what you say, Oreo. I got called Oreo. And
Mhm.
y'all hear me talking. I pretty much always spoken like this. Actually, my accent, my southern accent probably was stronger when I was younger because I moved to the West Coast and I had to like kind of shave it off a little bit. I spoke like this and I was called Oreo.
Yeah.
I
And
feel like I don't sound like
no.
I yeah, so I was called Oreo, weird, nerd, what else? Nerd, weird, geek. He said, yeah.
Mhm.
Lame, you know,
I did hear geek a
lame.
lot. I did hear geek a lot. But
Yeah,
I
you get
started
called
because
lame.
that was around the same time I started to own it though. When I like, yeah, I'm a geek. Fully. I'm a geek for all this weird
Right,
shit. All of it.
right. Yeah, we definitely took it on. I think we, regardless of race, like we're speaking as Black people, our experiences, but any race, it don't matter what race you were. If you grew up watching anime and you were into it and nobody knew what it was back in the day, they was looking at you sideways. Yeah, like
Right.
you said, why you still watching cartoons, which is
Mhm.
so dumb to me. So
Are you
they be
still
like, you
in my
seen
business?
Boys in the Hood, but I said, did you see Ninja Scroll? Right, right. It was very isolating to like grow up. So basically, blur is black nerd. So it's the two words merged together. And that's what it means. It's a black nerd. And so the community is now calling ourselves blurred. So you'll, just in case if you want to go find some people on Instagram, whatever, find our people, you can generally type in blurred and you'll find people talking about anime. Mostly, I feel they're in all stuff, cosplay, gaming, anime,
Mhm.
kind of all together. But
Yeah.
definitely, you'll find the anime people with that name. So that's why we call ourselves Blerd. I feel like attractiveness plays a part. That's
I was gonna
interesting.
tell you to pull that one up, that comment, because I would do as well. Because that's just goes to show you, like, but back then I was a little bit chubby, uh,
Hmm.
I mean, I feel like I gained it all back, but I was a little chubby
No,
kid,
I see the
and
pictures.
yeah, from a couple months ago. But no,
Yeah.
there was nobody really like loving talking to me about anime. But fast
Mm.
forward to you got people like Megan Thee Stallion coming out looking the way she looks, homegrown. Mm, no hate to that, but you got her coming out loving Todoroki and talking about Asta and Black Clover. Granted, it's the hype popular anime now, even though she's
Yeah.
actually watched what she watched back then. But
Mm.
yeah, now everybody like on the train. They loving it.
Uh,
Anime nails out the wazoo.
we gonna go into that because there's this whole thing about gatekeeping in the anime community. So you feel like Courtney and y'all are saying like, what are you saying? An attractive person likes anime is cool. Even back in the day. Now we talking about
Yeah,
back in the day right now. Growing up, if it was an attractive person, it was cool. But if you weren't considered attractive, it wasn't.
I
Because
don't
I
think
feel
I don't
like,
think it detracted from the attractive people. I'll say that.
I see what you're
I don't know
saying.
if it
Okay.
made it cool, but it was like, not something they would think twice about versus somebody who they think somebody's only real addition to the world is their love for anime versus their attractiveness. It's like, go somewhere with that.
Mm, pretty privilege. So
Yeah.
let's get these comments going. Wow, I'm an '80s baby. We had to hide that in the '80s. My mom was watching Speed Racer, and
I miss Speed Racer. I forgot about Speed Racer.
yeah, and you remember Astro Boy? We got some oldies. Astro Boy, Speed Racer, and there was one more old one I mentioned, but I can't remember what it is. You can read some of these because they going off.
Yeah. Black cute women made blurred community awesome, Courtney.
Mm. Oh, hey, Tommy B. Courtney said, right. One sister started loving Sailor Moon, everything changed. I don't know about that. I definitely was rocking by myself for at least
For a good little
15
minute.
years. I mean, like, let's see. I started watching anime in 1995.
I was about to say
So,
this is the 90s we really like focusing on right now, like
yeah, right
how
now we
it
talking
was
about,
then. Yeah.
yeah, so growing up, it was definitely isolated. I knew no females who was watching anime. Besides, my mom had a home daycare.
Mhm.
So some of the girls who came to the daycare because I watched it, we all watched it. So I do have some childhood friends who watched it because I watched it. But as far as just walking around at school and somebody talking about they watched Sailor Moon, for me, it was not happening. So, did you ever meet anybody in your school that did you ever find those people who liked it
Not
in the
until
late 90s?
Not until high school. A lot of kids were watching, like I said, like SpongeBob, Disney Channel.
Mhm.
Then you had the kids that were, moved past cartoons and watching other stuff. Um,
Mhm.
but no, the most interaction with anime I got when it comes to just watching something and wanting to get some emotions out were forums.
Mhm.
Different forums talking about
Yeah.
spoilers or um, just rehashing, especially when I started to read manga. That really opened up the floodgates because I can't remember what site I was watching manga on at the time, or
Maybe
reading
Angel Fire.
right, right.
Probably
Yeah,
Angel
probably.
Fire.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Some
probably.
of them,
Yeah.
some
Hey,
of
two
them.
chopsticks.
But
Yeah.
they would always have like the comment section underneath
Mm.
every chapter, and I would always head right to the comments after reading the chapter, and I'd throw my 2 cents in there and have a little back and forth. But I would long for that in person. Like
Yeah.
if I could have had that friend in like middle school, high school, we probably still be best friends to this day.
Yeah. I mean, but even still, just because somebody watch it, it didn't mean that they took it on like we took it on.
That's
because
true
I
too.
had female friends that watched it with me, but outside of that, they never watched anime again later in their life.
Mhm.
See, Courtney said she was alone 15 years. You was in the South too. Yeah, I just think like I don't know. But I know some people didn't have that whole like some people grow up fast too.
Mhm.
And like we were kids for a very long time. Like I feel like in nature. Like
Yeah,
we played outside. Like I played with my Barbies
we
till
were the
I was
last
like
generation to
14.
be kids when we were kids, especially with
Yeah, I was
internet
still
now.
playing with Barbies like well until I was about 14. So like I stayed a
It was
kid for a
Bionicles
very
for
long
me.
time.
I played with Bionicles for a long time.
Yeah, but beauty standards to me make a difference in what's acceptable. Yeah, because
That's
that's, like, big with the cosplaying too, which we're gonna get to, like, even still as a black f the anime, but, like, for us on the black woman side, we still got a little bit of ways to go because everybody assumes if you're a black woman, you anime fan, you cosplay,
mhm.
and we don't
And
all
you do
cosplay. So
sexy
it's
cosplay too.
yeah, it's almost like we still only exist in one way in people's mind as black female anime fans. So, Inuyasha, yeah, and then Toonami came along. I think Toonami, Cartoon Network started when they once they started to show anime. I
Mhm.
feel like we started finding some friends. At least that
Right,
was
and
my
even
experience.
then, I'm not even gonna lie, even anime I mean, Toonami was kinda my, like, real push into looking up anime on my own. I was kinda whatever
Mhm.
was on TV that I could catch or whatever I would find my brother watching maybe on the computer is what I would end up watching, but I never really went took the initiative to look up new ones on my own until Toonami came, and then there was, like, a influx of new stuff. I was like, "Oh, this is good," like, and once it's over, there's nothing else, so,
Right.
yeah, that's when I started looking up,
Yes, that was like so I in the chat, if y'all watch Toonami, what was some of the y'all favorite anime from the peak Toonami? I just when I think of Toonami in the afternoon, I think of Tenchi Muyo. Like
Oh,
Tenchi Muyo, like the
yes.
song going
Oh,
off. Like I just
wow, I
think about
forgot about
5 o'clock.
Cynthia.
Yeah, I can still feel the sun going down because it was around 5 o'clock. You just the warm weather, just hearing the Tenchi Muyo outro song. Like I still remember that. That's my thing. So what's y'all nostalgic anime memory? Oh yeah, and that Inuyasha song, Inuyasha going off
Mhm.
just at night. That's another memory I have. What about you, Twan? Is there one that you think
Um,
about?
the one that I immediately think about is Inuyasha, and because that one Inuyasha, I don't even remember Adult Swim's schedule or
Oh,
if
he
it
was a
stayed
jock.
the same one. Yeah, I saw him post that too. I don't know if it had the same time schedule, but I kid you not, it was relentless. I would always wake up in the middle of the night and Inuyasha would just be playing. Like
Yes, it felt it didn't matter what time.
like, was it always a marathon after 2 o'clock? Because
I think it's so connected with our soul that it just will wake us out of a slumber. Like
right,
when that song came on, your soul just be like, "You need to see this. Go ahead and watch it, and then go back
right.
to sleep.
Watch an episode or 2. Yeah, but,
Watch it and go back to sleep."
I
Yeah.
think Inuyasha and then, I watched a lot of Bleach on Toonami.
Okay.
But
I
those are
remember
the 2 that really
loving
popped out. But Tenchi Muyo was a good callback because boy, I'd have forgot
Tenchi
that existed.
Muyo. Oh
I
my
totally
god, I
forgot that
love
existed.
Tenchi Muyo. So let's catch up with some of these comments because I definitely want to see what they're saying.
What y'all
You
talking about?
still, she still loves. Are you watching the new Yashahime? What is it? Yasa
I
whatever
need to.
Hime.
I need to. I
Yeah,
haven't seen Yashahime yet, or however you say it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I
It's
see a
good.
bunch of thumbnails on Funimation, and it got some people popping back up. So I'm excited to watch it. I'm going to do that.
It's really good. He was asking Courtney that even today I feel like my blurred anime community is on. It still feels that way. Why
Yeah,
is
yeah,
that? Why
yeah.
is that?
I don't know. Well, and especially, I think it's just we're out there. We just gotta. I feel like we just gotta really put in more effort to connect with our community because that's one thing that I'm guilty of. Growing up, always wishing I had the friends and stuff to talk about this. But when you get later in the 2000s, you
Mhm.
have resources to connect with those people. You know, there's
Yeah.
apps that you can use to meet up with people with common interests and stuff like that. I just never really put the extra effort to go out there and meet those people. And that was something I do
Yeah.
regret. Like I wish I did. Like I'm pretty sure I have a lot more solid community when it comes to anime. But and I still can, to be honest. We all still can. But
Yeah.
I'm sometimes I'm just real antisocial. So it's like,
But are we like
yeah,
undercover? Because like even when I talk to people about Black women, like my aesthetic, I love kawaii aesthetic and soft girl aesthetic, and like I'm on my IG and I have thousands of people like I know these women exist, but you will never. I guess we're all covert, like we're just all undercover, like our super. It's
I
like our
don't know if I'm like that
superhero,
undercover, because like if you know me, you know I like anime.
not hiding. But not hiding, but like hiding like Clark Kent versus Superman. Like we got our everyday persona, and then when we get on our social media, you see our real, like our
Mm.
real aesthetic. Like so
It's a
maybe
lot
that's
more heightened.
why.
Yeah, because
Yeah. So that's what
you
I'm
can
saying.
only
Like,
present your aesthetic but so much. You can do it, definitely do it with your clothes and stuff like that. But you go on
hmm
somebody's social media and you really get a glimpse of like their imagination and that type of stuff, like
yeah.
what they see their aesthetic to be. That is definitely, yeah, it's heightened online,
I
100%.
I dare you to upload you lip singing that song. Everybody know the lyrics to what Fukai Mori. Yeah, everybody know that. Being half Black and Asian, I was teased a lot, and everyone assumed I watch anime. It didn't help that I was black belt in karate. Yeah, I think most people would have assumed you watch anime, but
Mhm.
he did not. This is somebody I went to school with. But yeah, he did not watch anime. Big O, yes. I actually got into Big O pretty late in my anime watching career. Who they talking about? When
Oh, when
Tom
Tom
died?
died, Tom was the host of Toonami, the robot.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Maybe I was so
you're not
traumatized
alone.
I erased it.
Trash
I might have
can,
erased it.
trash can, trash can, trash can. You don't know what I went through when Tom died. Like that whole the fact that they made it an event, and like what was it like?
Oh,
What was taking over the ship? Something was taking over the ship or whatever. And I just remember like screaming out. If you remember, like please refresh my memory. Like I'm really about to go back and watch that.
are
Like
we gonna have to pull up a clip of Tom dying
no, we
to
are
to
not, because
to, to read
I don't need to
to
bring that back
trigger
up. We
you
have it's early in the it's early in the
in the street?
podcast.
Let's not
Let's
do
get towards
that.
the end before I get
Yes.
emotional.
Oh, Akira is GOAT. And that's what my
Oh
husband was talking
yeah.
about. I don't think some people realize how long anime because it came to America in 95, right? Basically like
Mhm,
mainstream TV.
mhm.
Astro Boy was made in 1963.
Right. Yeah.
Like
The original
it's
one.
so old. Outlaw Star. Yes, I still listen to the outros of Outlaw Star all the time, constantly. Let's see, Rurouni Kenshin.
And that's yeah. I'm sorry, I just saw Trash Can Wave comment. How can they do that to kids? That is fully true. Like I watched a character that I grew up with die.
You're watching anime, so they was getting you ready because
They was
anime
getting
don't
me
tell you
ready.
nothing.
They was getting me ready. They really were.
Yeah. For Cowboy Bebop, oh my God. When
Yeah.
I watched Cowboy, the ending, I cried. I
It took a
think
bit
I
for you to
ugly
finish Cowboy
cried.
Bebop, though.
Yeah, I think I ugly cried in my room for a minute when Cowboy Bebop me in Sailor Moon. I used to have the tape, the episodes and the VHS. Yes, I remember
Yes.
not even knowing what
Yes.
anime was, even though I had been watching it for like a solid 3 years at that
Mhm.
point. 3 or 4 years until my uncle, we went to visit him in like 1999. And he was a nerd. He was into anime and he had all the tapes with subtitles and like we were kind of just like it was like mind blowing because we didn't really know it was anime.
Mhm.
And then we went to his house and he had Sailor Moon and he had more episodes than we ever saw and they were speaking another language and like Sailor Pluto and Sailor Uranus were girlfriends and we were like, wait, what is wait, hold on.
That that is actually similar. That's how I really realized what anime was.
hmm
I watched Dragon Ball Z, I watched Inuyasha, I watched some Sailor Moon, I watched all these shows, but I didn't really have the grasp that it was anime until
Right.
my uncle, he was in Japan for a long time, and he would send us video games on our PlayStation and like figures and stuff, and
Right.
they were in Japanese. So like it was weird. That was the first time I heard Goku's Japanese voice, and I was like,
It was so
I was so
different.
confused. 'Cause at first I thought I was like, is he a girl? Is he like is he like 10 in a grown-up's body? Like why does
That's
he look
definitely
weird?
life changing to hear Goku's voice between between the English dubs, which were horrible in the 90s. But I still rock with 90s Goku voice. Um, and then to hear his Japanese voice, which was very like you said, high pitch.
Mhm.
I remember hearing it when I watched the Broly tapes. I got some Broly tapes from this Korean girl I went to elementary school with, and I just remember watching the Broly movie and hearing Goku's voice and be like, "Dang, I did not
Like,
know Goku sounded like this."
this is the idea of
Two
Goku.
Chopsticks said, "Right? Can you read that? One?
Yeah,
Let's see.
when I
Let's
think
see.
of Toonami, I only think of Sailor Moon, Tuxedo Mask specifically, and DBZ on Namek. I mean, that is the very specific time.
That's
I mean,
that is that is the '90s. There you
maybe
go.
because
What's not our entire
it's
personality?
not our entire personality. Anime.
Oh, okay. We are undercover. I'm not undercover. It's just I don't really have a need to wear this out to Publix. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Like I don't think I'm undercover, like you said, just kind of more like my superhero clothes
Yeah,
versus like
it
I
pop
just
out.
don't yeah, I just don't have the urge to really wear this to Publix.
Mhm.
I don't need that kind of attention in my life. But
Now,
but
is it because of the attention? Do you think if it was just a completely non-judgmental world, would you wanna wear this to Publix? Like, would you just pop up and be like, "Put my fucking cat ears on
yeah.
today, get my pink wig out."
For me, it's I'm not really concerned about negative opinions. I just do not desire extra attention, period. That's a
Right.
personality thing I have. Like I literally did not have a wedding because I didn't want to walk down the aisle and have everybody look at me. Um,
I mean, that's real.
that's a nightmare.
That's
That
real.
sounds like a nightmare to me. So I just have this like complete repulsion of extra attention.
Mhm.
So that's what it is for me. I don't really care what people think about it. But yeah, I totally be comfortable wearing it to like a con or something. Like if it's appropriate for the situation, I have no problem wearing it. I just don't want strangers. I just it makes me uncomfortable. Is that weird? Like
No,
I
it ain't
just
weird.
really like if
No.
somebody come up and be like, "You're so pretty."
Is
Oh, I
it
like your. I just be like, it's fucking weird. Like
right? Because you probably fit in the same little home as a lot of us extroverted introverts. Like,
yeah.
when the time is right, when we feel it, we can be out there, we can seem
Hmm.
like we're demanding the attention. But, sometimes when you're just out in your day-to-day, like, you don't really require all that. You don't want any of that. It's
I
that's
don't want
yeah.
that attention, yeah, and then I live in a lake community with, like, a bunch of old retired people, so,
Mhm.
yeah, I
Yeah,
also
there's definitely gonna be
yeah.
questions.
Yeah, it's gonna be, yeah, some stairs. Let's see, I thought animes was just cartoons, and they're talking about
Someone would
tapes,
have told me.
and they're talking about, throwing away tapes, what is this? Tree of Life?
My sister boyfriend showed
Oh,
me Tree of Life. I was like, this was never on Dragon Ball.
hey, Hellraiser.
Oh, you talking about the was that the movie? That was one of the Dragon Ball movies?
Yeah, cause they
Yeah.
cut stuff out and they they
Mhm.
they did movies and I feel like they added stuff too. Didn't they add stuff in the '90s to the
Yeah,
shows just
yeah,
to kinda
because I'm thinking back to like Garlic Jr.,
mhm.
the cooler series with Dragon Ball Z. A lot of that, I honestly, because I didn't read the Dragon Ball Z manga. Not until
Oh, no.
Dragon Ball Super, I read some stuff just because I was curious to see how they would like manage Ultra Instinct and not make it just
Yeah.
some One Punch Man situation. But yeah, I never read the Dragon Ball Z manga, so I can't tell you what's honest filler and not.
Yeah, and then, like, I would never watch Dragon Ball Z as it was in the '90s again. Like, I just can't. I'd rather watch Dragon Ball Z Kai, which is more, like,
Mhm.
accurate and just kinda gets on with it, just like
Yeah.
Sailor Moon Crystal, like the one they remade. So, like, I would
Mhm.
never shout out to nostalgia, but I would never watch those again. You can read that one. I like this. I
All
like the
those
chat
years
growing
of
up.
watching no, really, it's never been this active, I don't think. All those
It's
years of
lovely.
watching Cowboy Bebop on Toonami, never knew Tom and Spike are the same voice act uh,
What?
that just dawned
Okay.
on me now.
Look, now I'm be sitting here trying to have a conversation and my brain just gonna randomly be thinking about it, like trying to think of
Right.
sound clips in my
'Cause I
head.
hear him no, I hear Tom so perfectly, like, Tom was a fixture in my life until he died, even after, because they
Okay,
tried to do
well,
some reboot ass Toms. I was like, "If y'all don't get out of here with
after they
uh,
traumatize you,
these failed transformation fusion dance ass Tom, nobody want these people."
don't do that. You have the urge to wear Tanjiro clothes. Yes, wear your weird clothes. I always say that. That's my
Now
passion. Authentic.
That's
Wear the clothes. I want to
that's
see
one
more
thing.
black men just wearing weird shit. Come on, y'all.
I be in
Step
my
it up.
I be really wanting to be out here in full ass kimonos and stuff, but what
Do it.
cultural appropriation and stuff.
It's
'Cause
cosplay. Do it. It's like
cosplay
it's not
to it.
appropriation. It's cosplay.
Because
It's
I'm
a
telling
fictional
you,
world.
I
It's
was
a fictional
watching.
world.
I mean, I was rereading some Solo Leveling again, just because I'm so obsessed with that manga. And there was this one hunter in the comic that he just woke up out of bed and threw on this clean ass fucking robe. Oh, I was just like, I just want to be like this. I want to have that energy everywhere I go.
Yes, wear it. Come on. Now, like once again, it's not attention. So we have to seek places. I definitely want to see. I know we just came out of a pandemic, but I want to see more
Mhm.
like meetups and like all that. I just think that's good for people to have some kind of outlet. I'm trying to find something for my daughter too. He dressing like the Akatsuki. So yeah, what would y'all wear in the chat? If y'all could dress like any aesthetic or like even anime character, what let me know in the chat what would be y'all's aesthetic? What would y'all be walking around wearing if you could wear anyone it like me or didn't get a negative attention? How would you dress? Because I feel like people really do like, we suppress ourselves
I would
for the
really try
sake
a lot of
of,
everything. If
yeah,
especially
so why don't we do
let me get this midsection together. Oh, I'll be in one of them Attack on Titan scout uniforms in a heartbeat.
right.
Appropriation versus appreciation.
Exactly. So yeah, I want to know what y'all would dress like. Cause I mean, you could probably I'll be out here with Lolita dresses on and everything. So that's me. Okay, well, we'll move on to the top. So yeah, that was our formative years watching anime. And so
Mhm,
we even talk about that. Like, I think it is different. Like, I'm so glad to see a lot of people getting into anime now. Like, it's more popular, it's so available, it's so
mhm.
easy to get to. But I think it is different when you watch anime through your formative years because it did like affect our personality. I think it gave us a level of openness, like it gave us like a
Boy,
wanting to be. I grew up in the hood, so like anime was great because it really, how adults will tell you there's a world beyond high school or outside of this.
mhm,
I think because I watched anime, it really like solidified that there's a whole world outside
right.
of my neighborhood in high school. So I really didn't care if I didn't have a lot of friends or any of that because I just had this like you said on forums, Gaia Online, Metalbat.
Oh,
Like I
don't
knew
get
my
me
people.
started on Gaia. The
We went on
years.
Gaia Online on Twitch the other day. Me and
Did
Shaki.
you?
I
I
went on
need to
my
watch
Gaia
that.
account. I went
I don't even know. I don't know my login. And also my Gaia online was probably it is really embarrassing.
we went on that the other day. I showed my avatar. It's like it's still going. I know they filed bankruptcy, but it is still going. Remember Dragon Ball when Popo was blackface?
Oof, and they had to make him purple,
Yeah.
right? Because he was
Yeah, that's
fully
coming up.
that was
Let's
fully
see. I got Red Cloud clothing. They were dressed like Piccolo. Piccolo is black.
Piccolo,
He's an
and
honorary member. He's
that's a
honorary
dope
black.
outfit. Like I like
That
Piccolo's
is
outfit with
dope.
them sharp white shoulders with the cape,
He said he gonna wear
even
the
the
shoes. I don't
shoes.
know about them shoes though.
Them
I don't
shoes
know about
did
them
look like
shoes.
they did look like thick carrots.
Yeah, they probably ain't got no
His
arch
feet are some thick
support.
carrots.
Oh, he talking about Bleach. Bleach come back. Anime was really an escape. Yes, the stories and plots are amazing. Um, Bleach. Oh, number one is Bop. That's one of Twan's favorite from Bleach. Number one, that lady singing her heart out for no reason on the
Absolutely.
anime.
It
It's like
deserves its roses and its flowers right now.
right. So this is a topic. The next part is going to be the pressure to be a monolith. And so I'm going to open up. I see y'all in the comment. If you want to come up, you don't have to cam up, but of course if you want to cam up, I'm going to drop the link because I do want to have multiple black people in here to talk about this part or anybody watching just like the pressure to be a monolith, which I feel like a lot of the adversity we faced like in anime as growing up was because people just it was different and we were different. And so I feel like there was a lot of pressure for us to be like, stick with the program. You going off. You need to be doing this. If you want to see, oh, he's writing the lyrics.
If you want to see some action, that's my
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. It's a bop. Okay. Oh yeah, Sam. See, yeah, don't get me started. See, we're gonna have to redo our first show. We did Why Anime is for Everyone. We started talking about
Mhm.
OSTs, but I was like, look, we can't. That could be a whole. Literally, that's gonna have to be a whole show. And I might have to do it on Twitch so we could play music and not get copyright strikes.
Right.
So y'all gonna have to follow me on Twitch so we can have our listening party. So I'm gonna drop the link to come up if you want to come up and talk about this next topic. But keep it going. We love to see this interaction. We're not used to it, but we welcome it. The Berserk Goods theme song.
Oh, real quick, I know we
Mhm.
usually talk about this in the beginning of the show. I've been watching Vivy Fluoride Eyes song.
Oh yes, me too. Stop.
Oh
Look. I'm gonna need you to stop trying to be like me because I literally been
boy,
watching it. It's so good.
girl, Vivy is so good. I
Studio
just
Wit,
finished it. I just finished. Right, I'm about to go back and rewatch it. It was so good. I wasn't expecting
they
it.
put their
Well,
foot.
that's a lie. I saw clips like but way before I started. I was like, "What is this? I need to look this up. I need to look this up. I need to look this up." And I
Oh
finally
my
did.
god,
Boy,
the
what took me so
action.
long?
Y'all watch Vivy Flourite. Vivy.
Fluorite
Yeah,
Eyes
Flourite.
song.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's all Imma say. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why nobody talks about it, but yeah,
yeah,
it's all that.
that's
So
the truth.
yeah, I dropped the link if y'all want to come up and talk to us about this, Nick. Talk with us about this or in the next upcoming topics. Feel free to jump up. We love to hear what y'all say. Berserk was weird. I cannot watch Berserk. I cannot watch Berserk. So this next, the pressure to be a monolith. Do you feel like there is, like I kind of said my piece on it a little bit. How do you feel about that whole idea of black people being a monolith? Black men being a monolith. How do you feel about that?
In relation to
Like
what?
part of the adversity that we feel like for like watching anime and just liking something that's different. Especially growing up. It's kind of more acceptable now, but I still feel like there's pressure there. So I want you to
Yeah, that
speak to that.
there is. I let me see. I feel like it's stupid. I feel like you should just allow people to enjoy the things that they enjoy, be able to express that without feeling any kind of like judgment, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
like just getting started on the expectations of the black man in general.
Right.
It's so based on nothing but machismo. Men don't cry, men don't do this, men are the head household, men work, men put food on the table, men take
Yeah.
care of the woman, and that's it. It's so black and white, and it's just full of just pompous ridiculata, and anime falls right into
Damn, okay. Ridiculata. I like
that.
that. The way you just vomited out all them pressures, like you just thought about this beforehand, tell you how strong it is. I'm gonna invite What the Funk up since he in the back, since you got a pause in there. Hello, What the Funk?
I'm writing down
Yeah,
ridiculata.
we
How you
know you.
spell that, sir? I'm gonna use the hell out of that word. Ridiculata.
Ridiculata. It
It
just,
is.
it felt like the appropriate word to use for the level of
Yeah, I was
ridiculous.
like, that's a new one. I ain't heard
There's
that
no
one
better
before.
word. Ridiculata. That's exactly what that shit really is.
Put it on a
Yeah,
t-shirt.
right.
Or,
But
or,
it
it's, or
don't.
it's a
I
pasta.
will now, but it might.
It's a hood
But you know
pasta
the
dish.
t-shirt model gonna be a white
Wow.
woman, so I could put it on the t-shirt, but just know she's gonna be a white woman. For my
Heard.
We're
mock-up.
gonna do something
But
about
yeah,
that.
this is What the Funk,
Yeah.
right, coming to us from Germany with his struggle internet, so y'all forgive him. Don't
Okay,
drag him too
Germany.
hard. Yeah, he over on the other side. Let's see. He talking. I just noticed that Twan got every black anime character in the back. Sure does.
Not every.
Yeah,
And I
not
told
every.
Brittany, I'm sorry, but this one I kind of wish we could erase. I'm not a
That
fan of
one,
this one.
we are gonna
Oh,
get to that, like the horrible
he was
representations
yeah.
that we
His free
get.
house for the worst.
Matter of fact, let me just slide.
And
Let
look,
me
you gonna try to
close
slide
this.
over.
Yeah, I feel better.
So
Okay.
what the funk? We're talking about the pressure to be a monolith. Before I give my thoughts, you go ahead and talk about your pressure, the pressures you feel like people put on you to be like everybody else.
Oh yeah, I grew up at a black college campus, so like I said, anime back then it was really like it would have been way more acceptable for me to be watching porn than to be watching anime. Where it was
Right.
just like no, like like the boys they was looking at that. We didn't have porn. Like they was watching like, you know, magazines found in the woods of like naked women. And I'm like, yo, like I'm good. I'm watching it. Like if I want to see some titties, I'll see some titties and anime. But growing up, it was really kind of hard to not be able to share that with somebody like you. And man, it was really, I don't think we really think about it. Like I was probably talking to grown ass men online thinking they was kids my own age, because you know we had AOL back then.
Easily.
So you know,
Yahoo chat.
you're 13 too? Yeah, I'm just probably talking to grown men.
Ain't no damn
not
13.
knowing, just
Not
hearing all types of people. Yeah, talking to a girl thinking we cyber sexing, like, ooh, your titties are bound. The 80s was the 90s.
Oh my god.
AIM Messenger took like I'm
old. We had Prodigy.
Oh my god.
We had
Prodigy. I don't even know Prodigy. Prodigy.
Yeah, I do. I spend a lot of time on AIM, MSN Messenger, Yahoo Messenger, Yahoo Chat.
All of the messengers. That's the weird part.
All the messengers.
You remember the first time a girl actually did the emoji titties for you, man? That was like
looking around, making sure nobody looking at your screen. What is these parentheses and semicolons?
She's bouncing, man.
That is the extent to which we would go to find our people. Like we were like, I'm sure that was also part of the early blerd culture. Is like the propensity the urge to hang out in the chat room just to find your people. Like I wonder if was that everyone's experience, or were we more into it because that's where we found our people? So I do wonder to speak to it.
I mean, because that's the only place that had like real like Wi-Fi connections, like the libraries. So like, I was always in the school. I was always in the university library using free computers. You know,
I was in the library. The library. Those are some memories because, like you said, those are only real places that like had Wi-Fi and stuff like that at the time. And I'll just pick my little corner and just spend hours either watching anime or in their young adult section looking at the mangas. I remember that.
Y'all sound so old.
It was all great until one thing happened, and then we all got library. And I think you guys might be old enough. Whenever that first R. Kelly tape dropped on the internet, and then everybody who was black tried to come to the library and try to find it, and the computers got hit with all that.
Because I was in there.
All the foolish. It's
not lying. The shared memories we fucking have as black people is crazy, man. It is ridiculous.
And I think like it makes it, the more you can share those memories, the stronger the connection. And that's why I feel like the blerd community is like at this point, you know, we do talk about, I know What the Phone hangs out in a lot of same spaces, some of the spaces I hang out in, and people talk about the black community, and I'm like, dang, we dang near don't have really a black community across the board anymore. But I feel like the blerd community, like we got something there,
and it's
like,
so
inclusive.
Really it's so understanding. It's so loving. Granted, it is with some mess and some judgment within that community, but it's still in that community. There's all types of people, and nobody's judged. Like that's probably the first. What did it say?
Oh, he said he remember back in the day when they used to bomb YouTube or prawn because you can't say it
right
back in the day. Yep. But yeah, I think there is something there, which is why like I fight for like, you know, like my brand's Kawaii for the culture. I'm like, I mean, we got something here. We have something unique, and like, you know, I just think like that's the community. I feel like if you just say like generally, do you feel connected to the black community? No, but do I generally feel connected to the blerd community? Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, if you really break it down and think about it, I mean, if you look at the hip hop community as a whole, and then you look at the blerd community as a whole, like the blerd community is actually way more inclusive, way more understanding, way more positive than the hip hop community. I mean,
that's full of You look at somebody who is a fan of anime. I'm just trying to think of like a black celebrity like Michael B. Jordan. He loves anime, and look at the type of person he is versus comparing his mentality on life and tolerance with somebody like
Bootsy.
It's night and day, and it just tells you everything you need to know about the type of people that our community brings in, the type of people that are attracted to this world of anime and otaku lifestyle. You know, like it's really something. It's something to be said about it.
Who was your first anime crush when you were first watching?
Your first what?
Anime crush.
Anime crush.
Oh, Bash the Stampede.
Who?
Quick with it
Bash
too.
the Stampede. I already know.
Oh,
Bash the
okay.
Stampede from Trigun.
Bash. Yeah, Bash is something else. But
Yeah,
I'm honestly, because I already told you my weakness for white-haired baddies. It was probably Sashomaru from the.
That was my second. That was my second place.
Yeah.
Toxic. That started my love of
Shomaru.
toxic white-haired.
I paused the screen, put tracing paper over it, and pretended to draw like I had the talent for it. So
See,
so
look,
beautiful for me.
Bulma. Yeah, chat. Let us know
Bulma
who y'all
was
first
not-
anime.
Yeah, Bulma's overrated.
Your first anime crush.
What was
Bulma is not overrated. She had a chick too.
Bulma is very overrated.
Y'all
Yes.
talking about Dragon Ball Z? What was the hottie that Krillin was with, or that?
Thank you.
Marin,
Yep.
was it Marin?
Oh, Marin.
Marin was that true?
Yeah. On the
Marin was that
yellow
true?
swimsuit.
Yeah.
Had body.
Now, he was like, wait, that yellow
Okay.
swimsuit with the two tassels on the side with the
Okay. Now,
With
one
the-
thing
with
about
the sun,
Krillin.
with the sunrise in the background.
Now,
Yes.
Krillin was in our lackey category for our anime draft, but he pulled some baddies.
Like
now.
he was pulling. I mean, because
He
when you
be
think about it, he was one of the
Krillin was
strongest.
simping. He didn't get to fit. No, Krillin was simping.
He
Well,
was
Krillin was
okay.
simping. He did,
But
you know.
he got him. Android 18
He got him.
with that big
Krillin be
forehead and
pulling.
all.
Look, y'all can learn.
he
Look,
just had
learn
to
a thing or two.
sacrifice the whole planet, to get her. That's all. That's all you got to do as a man. If you really want to get if you want to get the woman you deserve, just sacrifice the entire world for her, and you'll get her.
I'm not gonna lie, I was
There you
shouting
go.
kill her back then. When
I
that
didn't kill
the
her.
fact that y'all wasted a wish on Android 18, I was mad.
He's
I was
about
mad.
I didn't like that. I felt offended. So we started talking about the current state of Blerd community. We cannot have this conversation without talking about RDC World 1. And I just wanted to take a moment to talk about these amazing Black men. I love RDC World 1. Does everybody here know who RDC World 1 is?
If you don't, get educated.
Better.
Yeah, I mean, amazing. They're amazing. Should I play a little clip?
Yeah.
Drop a one in the chat if y'all know who RDC is.
Yeah, fully.
Yeah. Because they have to be
One in the
spoken about
chat.
in the current state of Blerdom. Like you cannot talk about it without talking
I'm not
about
gonna lie to
RDC
you.
World 1.
Well, we'll after we see this clip, I'll get into
Tommy B said no.
I'm surprised Tommy B, because they do the skits about LeBron in the locker room after the games too. And I know Tommy B in the
them. He gonna
you're right. Yeah, people like I know their anime stuff, but they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know them LeBron skits." They did Hood Avatar. Yeah, they be doing all kind of skits. I'll play some not
Anime House. Anime House is epic.
There we go.
Anime House.
Shacuti, no.
Okay, I'm about to show it as soon as this ad goes off. Oh, Tommy B in the back. Let me add Tommy B up here. I'm about to put RDC World on.
What's happening with the phone? What's happening, Kawaii?
Oh, you know what? I know which one I want to play.
Mellow Yellow?
Yes, sir.
Who's drinking?
I want to play the Popeyes one.
We can hear it too.
Oh, he RDC?
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
him
RDC
and his.
World.
Oh, I know him. I know him from the basketball stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him do that. I might have seen him do some anime stuff.
I literally said that was
Welcome to Popeyes. What can I get you?
Yeah, can I get a Popeyes chicken sandwich?
And what else?
What else?
Bro, who talks to their customers like
Man, that's rude ass customer service finna piss me off, bro. No, that's it.
All right, pull up to the window.
Yeah, I'm gonna see you at the window. I promise I'm gonna see him at the window. That's what I'm saying. This is shit dirty as hell, bro.
Have over 2 stars on their reviews, bro.
That's why they get 2 stars on the reviews, bro.
You think I can get some? Get that shit out my face.
It's somebody the chicken. Oh my God, I love them. That's the Chick-fil-A versus Popeyes beef. You found out about the CBS versus right. Oh, let me cut it off. But yeah, so we have to talk about them. So they have propelled the Blerd community to new heights. They have millions of followers. They kicking it with celebrities, LeBron, athletes, everybody, they have made it.
Mm-hmm.
I love them. It's a group of guys. I think it's like 7 of them. 7, like originally 6. I think it's like 7 of them now, and they just some dudes. They like from the hood. They made hood avatar, all kind of skits. And I know for one thing, I love RDC World 1 because as a Southern Black person, you know, a lot of the content creators that are big and made it in the Black community were like from Cali. And so they had a certain accent.
100.
And then we down here, you know, in the South, we sound a little different. So to see these guys who have like an accent kind of like mine or sound like people I grew up with, and just being anime fans, kicking it with his friends, making funny skits, like they just did a whole. That inspired me to like be okay. Like you can sound the way we sound. Like they truly just like I can relate to them so much. And the fact that he took his friends with him.
Yeah.
Like he was just like, we about to do this. Like he was like, we're gonna do it, and they have all made it. And he took all his friends with him. I just think that's so dope. So what about you?
How did you discover them, or what was the first thing you watched them?
Ooh, I can't remember because I've been watching them so long. Maybe Hood Avatar. I've been watching them for like some years, so it's hard to remember. But I feel like it probably was either Anime House or it probably was Hood Avatar, the last Airbender. I think maybe. But yeah.
I came in kind of late with them.
Go ahead, Twan.
Oh, I was just saying I came in kind of late with them. I popped in a lot during a lot of the debates that they would have and going back and forth. Like those kind of what like got me introduced to them. I've seen them before in a couple little clips, but you know how you do clips. You watch a few and then you pass right on by, don't think twice about it. And I never really looked them up. But once I did look them up, I'm talking about nonstop laughs. The relatability, like I was talking to you about, like with shared experiences that we have in life that we don't realize we share until we say it out loud, and we're like, yeah, I used to do that all the time when I was younger. But they're good for representation, man. Really good for representation.
Yeah, and they do like a lot of skits besides just anime. What about you? What are you saying?
Oh,
the roach skit.
That shit. I feel bad for that roach. That little that scene at the end with the roach. That was like
shout out to the roach skit. Like we might
talking
have
about the Black community. He's talking about the Black community.
Yeah,
like he's talking about the Black community.
Right.
He was, but it's like I don't know. I Tommy B. So you've only seen their LeBron stuff. Have you seen any of their other stuff?
I might have come across it, but like he said, like I might have just seen the clip and kept it moving and didn't really like investigate who did. Because I know I recognize Supreme. I didn't know he had a whole team behind him though, but I always seen him with the LeBron and the basketball stuff. I didn't know he had a team behind him though, so I might have came across the clip and just kind of just watched it, laughed, and kept it moving, and didn't really investigate, who was behind it.
They were the leading force in me and a lot of my want and desire to have friends that had the same interest and care about it as much as I did. Because looking at them, I never had that. I still don't have that. That group.
Most of us don't.
Yeah, that group that y'all just are so enthralled in something that y'all want to create all this content together about it. It screams fun to me. Because I used to be a kid, I would always make videos with my friends.
Well,
ain't nothing
it's a little different now, though. Like when we grew up,
what you mean?
I think we would, with the access that they have, I think you might have ran across some people like that because of how the whole YouTube thing is set up.
True.
So say you walk home or something like that, and you like, oh shit, what they doing over there type of deal. Where when we was growing up, people wasn't generally doing that. I mean, you had to have a big ass camcorder and then even then, who you was gonna show it to? Just your local friends. It ain't like we had like a YouTube to post it. You know what I'm saying? So they just living in a different world as far as just with content and being able to do stuff like that.
That's very true.
Yeah,
very true.
I mean, I think they remind me of my brothers because honestly, we were like that. Like I was the only girl, but like I have 2 brothers. They're very much into it, and then one of my best friends, Hellraiser's in here. He's into it. Like he's like my 3rd brother because we've known him since I was like 10. So we had those 3, and then me, and then of course my husband when I met him. So it's like we kind of have our own dynamic like that going on, and I just wish people like had that experience.
Yeah,
because It's like my brothers, my husband, Hellraiser, like we are all so close, and our circle has just so it's like 7 of us, like literally that we just like nerd out together.
See, y'all
And
already
I
got
know
y'all RDC World.
Yeah,
Changed.
see, I
We
got
have
I got
RDC.
a I got an ex, and me and her still cool. This is like all the way back from when I was like 18. But she's into it, and she even has like a group of people. Like, I mean, she go to the conventions. I put her on your page too, but like she go to the conventions and all of that stuff. But I think because I'm speaking from an outsider point of view. Like I just
Yeah.
for me, I was limited in cartoons. I look at myself as kind of like an oddball as far as like my childhood, only because I didn't really like the superhero thing. Never really clicked for me. Comic books never really clicked for me. So for me, I felt like an oddball at times because a lot of kids around me was into that type of stuff. Now, what I will say, and what you guys are speaking of rap culture is, you dealing with a lot of people who, had to jump off the porch early. And so generally in you guys' community, like you guys said earlier, like it's people who are allowed to be kids for a lot longer. Because like I look back on stuff when I was a kid, and when I was a kid, that's what kids did. So like, perfect example, like where I live at, we have an airport close. So across the overpass from where I live at, they opened up like these rental car places. Shit, we used to steal the cars. Like that's what we did as kids. You know what I'm saying? But looking back now, it's like, that ain't what the fuck kids were supposed to be doing. Like you supposed to be doing exactly what y'all was doing.
Right.
So
Somebody got an echo. I'm not sure who it is. It's like coming through Tommy from Tommy when he talking. Tommy, if you can
But-
lower
It's
your
Tommy
mic a
with
little
his
bit.
own-
I
Oh,
think
it's
it's
probably my
coming
mic.
through. Yeah, it's coming
Yeah.
through.
Tommy
Like,
with
But,
his light.
no, I think that the weird part about it though is I think a lot of the stuff that went through you guys' brain about as far as like people accepting it, I can say I never like sat around and people was like talking about people for watching, because I had friends that watch anime and they was cool, like they wasn't
right.
ostracized or nothing like that. So I think what happens though is a lot of people who knows that they're into this and it's not pop culture, and so they naturally ostracize themselves instead of trying to be accepted as being a fan of this. And so it almost
definitely
creates
see
a
that
divide.
side.
Because I literally I can't think of a time when kids were sitting around going, "Oh, those fucking," and then mind you, I'm not saying that nobody went through this. I'm just saying as far as me being an outsider to the community, I never sat down and was like talking about kids that watch that kind of stuff. Like it wasn't like and like I said, I had friends that was into it and stuff. It was more, the way that you acted, more
Right.
like the way that you dressed. It was more
Right.
that kind of stuff more than, because I had dudes on the block that was, that would go to a Batman, movie and be excited about it. So it wasn't
Okay, Twan.
as uncool as
But
people thought it was.
California, y'all had good weed. Like we was South, and we used to have
It's
dirt.
amazing.
So like,
You got a point. You got a
kids
point.
your age was already as hell. Y'all was
Everybody
open to
chilling
that.
in Cali. Y'all was chilling in Cali.
You got a point.
In
And
Oklahoma,
you know what? That's the
Oklahoma,
point that I didn't
was
think about.
worse.
Let
You
me
guys being
interject.
from the South and stuff.
Yeah, let me interject in that because I think Twan and I was talking about that. Twan, if you don't mind pulling up the definition of nerd for me, because I think you did this for me before. And we were talking about that when you made the point about like I think some of us just kind of thought we would be ostracized. We kind of
Yeah.
isolated ourselves or kind of
Yeah.
hid it because we just didn't even want to deal with potentially being ostracized for
Exactly.
it. And then like that whole idea of calling ourselves nerds because I know, like culturally, like where you are, nerd can mean different things.
Yeah.
And
But I've
we even
even
talked
told
about
people, like people
what
tend to think
nerd.
because you smart or you get a good grade, you're a nerd. I'm like, that's not
Yeah,
true. Because a lot of the
I
schools I
think that's
went
the
to,
black thing.
but even a lot of the schools I went to, a lot of the smart people was the popular people. Like I'll give you a perfect example. Like the prom queen was never
Gotta
some
mute
C
this one.
student ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? The prom king wasn't never like some C minus student ass. Like they usually did well in school.
I mean, that's true. I want him to read the definition of a nerd because I think sometimes we throw around nerds and we call ourselves nerds, but I just want to get the definition of what is the accepted, not what we how it's used. I know it's different, but what a nerd is. I think I unmuted you, Twan, because it's like echoing when
No,
he
I got you.
speaks. But go ahead.
It says
Yeah,
a foolish
you
or
good.
contemptible person who lacks social skills or is boringly studious.
All right.
Man,
So
I'm gonna have to get that definition because I tell people that all the time. It's a lot more
And I
social.
yeah,
feel
so
you.
I
than it
was
is
not a
that stuff.
nerd.
But
Yeah.
I've come across those type of people that you're describing,
Yeah.
and that is very true. Like you do have the side of the coin that we're referring to when it's
Yeah.
us, we're like longing for that companionship when it comes to anime and stuff like that. So like if it was brought to
Is
us,
there
we
one
would
definition
embrace
for
it.
nerd? Like it feels like there's like two different definitions. Like
The one that comes
I
up
think
first,
the
and
black
this is
version, the black version of nerd encompasses a lot of different. Like I think
Right.
nerds got around in our community way more. I mean,
Well,
maybe not
Right.
but
Hold on, I
also
gotta
what
bring.
the
Hold
funk.
on. Time out. I gotta bring somebody up. I want to bring Jay up because he's in the back. And then Twan, were you
Okay.
done saying what you were
oh,
saying?
I was just repeating the definition of it. This is from the Oxford Dictionary: a
What's up,
foolish
Jay?
or contemptible person.
What's up, Tommy?
Right. Go
What's up,
ahead.
man?
You and me got to
A
talk, brother.
foolish
I
or
haven't talked to you in a
contemptible
while.
person who lacks
For
social
sure.
skills or is boringly studious.
Just got off work.
So boringly studious. Yeah, I would definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go around.
Boringly
So
studious is the term. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So based off that, where we'll go around. I was not a nerd. Twan, we'll go in order. Twan, were you a nerd based off that definition, not what black people say nerd.
Off of
That
that
definition.
definition, absolutely not. I cheated my way halfway through high school. I'm not even gonna believe it.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
I studied for big tests, but yeah, give me your
Right.
homework. You did your homework? Let me see it.
Right. That was me. I was really smart, but I did not apply myself
Yeah, I
at
was
all.
I was
So
good
Me
at tech,
too. Me
but
too.
regular homework.
I literally
No.
got every report card from like second grade was he has the potential, he just won't do the work.
Mhm.
And kill
Right.
test. Kill test.
What about you? What the funk? Based off that definition, were you a nerd?
No, I was the signatures
He couldn't
For
in and
people.
out.
to make parents.
Boy, you
Yeah,
struggle
you were cutting in.
streaming.
Yeah, he was cutting in and out. I just heard you say no. I was, and then it started
No.
cutting up. But I heard the no. What
I was
about
the
you?
forger.
See, every time he
Forger
starts talking,
nerd.
he cut out. Jay, according to that definition, were you a nerd? We're talking about in our formative years.
Yada. No thanks. That means no thanks in
No.
Japanese.
Okay.
I didn't like. There were certain words that
That's
go
a
with
dope
nerd.
hat.
Yeah,
That is.
exactly.
Oh
And
yeah, I like it.
the thing is for me, yeah, I just got this the other day, bro. You know, my Sonic movie coming out. You know, I rep
Sure
hats
is.
for a lot of shit. But no,
Knuckles.
but that's serious. I didn't have any I didn't lack social context when I was a nerd. I mean, I was big in Pokemon and Digimon at the time, but the thing is, like, there were certain cats I would let in my group, like even jocks, like I told you, the jocks, all black dudes,
Mm.
even the football dudes would have Pokemon cards, bro.
That's what I'm telling them. Like it
Yeah,
it was
I
an
never
assumption. That's
had
what I'm
that
saying.
experience. I
And
never
and
had
that's
Never
why I
had,
said,
yeah.
hey Jay,
Yeah,
that's why
nobody
I
looked at
said,
them
like for
weird.
me, I felt like an outcast because like I never got into the Pokemon thing. I was a little bit into the Digimon, but it just for some reason that stuff that it's kind of like when you see a man that's not into sports, it's the
Yeah.
same thing. Like it was just me, just with the cartoon. It just didn't click for me. I didn't look at it a different way. It just wasn't for me, you
It
know.
just
So
you didn't watch it and it changed your soul. I feel like when I
yeah,
watched
because
anime, it was
but
something like changed my DNA. I was like,
you know,
I am an
like
Asian woman
I
in
think
a past
because of the
life.
way my brain operates, and it's like
Good Rihanna.
my brain is annoyingly practical. Like me and my dad have this when we go to like not science fiction, when we go to like action movies, it's hard for us to watch because it's so fake. Our brain just like that ain't right, that ain't right. Oh, that's
Oh, you
fake.
that person,
Yeah,
Tommy
so it's
B?
like I don't say it out loud, but in my brain, that's what my brain is doing. Like I
I'm
tell
the
people
same
this
way.
all the time. So I used to be a car hauler. So
Mhm.
the scene on Bad Boys 2 when they on the freeway and they on the car hauler, I damn near can't watch it because it's so fake, it's ridiculous. So when I'm watching it, my brain is like, get the fuck
Right.
out of here. What? Like
Mhm.
so for me, after kind of analyzing myself, I figured, okay, maybe that's why I didn't necessarily get to the cartoon thing because my brain would just constantly be like, fuck out of here. Like, even with like a lot of these TV shows, like I'm good with them until they start going like this sci-fi route. I'm like, all right, what's going on, bro?
You missing
Like,
out. Hold on. I know my
Yeah.
childhood friend
Now,
Megan
But
came through
Tommy,
the
I agree
chat.
with
Hey
you, bro.
Megan.
Like whenever,
Hold on,
let's be
Megan.
real.
I want
Whenever
you.
I
Hold
watch
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Go ahead, Brown.
Sorry. I wanted her
No, you
to
good.
before she dip out. I just wanted her because she was one of the childhood friends that watched it because she was at our
oh,
house, but I don't think she took it on. So I want Megan, if you're still here, I want you to drop what your experience was like having a friend, a best friend who was super into anime growing up. So I just want you to drop that in chat. But go ahead, Jay.
MVS.
Well, no, to touch up what Tommy was saying. Sorry about that, Brian. I appreciate you stopping
okay.
it because I knew I got to regulate your stream. But the thing for me, Tommy, it was like because I saw cartoons so much as a kid. So if there was anything in a live action movie that looked like it came from a Looney Tunes freaking episode, I was like, F that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's BS.
Yeah.
And it kind of ruined them. I kind of ruined the movie myself. But like Bad Boys, all that's cartoons to me.
Got you.
Telling me these motherfuckers just dodging, like no.
Unlimited ammo.
But CJ, you like Dragon Ball Z, right? Growing up, you watched the 90s big three, right?
Yeah, I did.
For America.
Yeah, I did. Okay. But even then, I know real humans couldn't do that. There was a
distinction. Let me tell you what's weird though. My nerd side was like the video games, but I didn't look at it as nerd side because like we used to bet on the shit. Like we would play Madden, and so it was. And to be honest with you, it's what kept me out of getting in more trouble than I got into. And that's why I tell a lot of people when they talk about the video games, it's like, if you live in certain neighborhoods, that should keep your kid in line. Like that should keep your kids away from shit that, because a lot of people talk about that outside, which I agree with to a certain extent. But when you going outside and like I told you what motherfuckers was doing before, it's probably better that your kid in there playing the game than out there, stealing cars and shit.
I just thought
that's
that,
why my mom.
that meme.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm outside. Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
You really want to be outside?
Yeah.
I think that's why my mom bought us like every game system we ever wanted. She let us watch as much anime as we want. She let us draw. She got us any. Oh, you want Photoshop? Go ahead and get them Photoshop. She got us every video game computer because we stayed in the hood, and she was just like, I don't want y'all around them people. So she completely enabled us to go as deep into our nerdy habits as possible. So shout out to my mom for
sweetheart. You and me had the opposite mom on that. She was like, "Yo, listen."
My
mother. Listen, it was like what 12 o'clock afternoon. My mother said, "Get the freak out the house. Don't come back onto the streetlights. Come on, I don't want to see you."
Hey, Jay Takashi, you remind me of. You remind me of. I don't know if your mom hood like that, but you remind me of Tyler the Creator. Like Tyler the Creator is nerdy shit, and if you hear his mama, you like, wait, what the fuck? His mama hood is fuck.
Which actually, now that you bring Tyler the Creator up, because I think Generation Z is much more open. Shout out anime is like really normalized now. I feel like almost at the point. Can we agree it's normalized in gaming culture, anime culture, and Netflix is really holding it down for the representation in anime.
I do have to speak on Tyler because my little brother did go to school with him for a quick sec. He went to school up here for a quick sec. He did mention that Tyler used to kick it with the weird because I think Tyler's an extreme. Tyler's an extreme. So he did say Tyler used to kick it with like the weirdos, like the white boys that would like jump in the doors for no reason, like that type of weird shit.
Not shocking at all. I would expect no different. Twan, can you read this one? Because I'm just really dry mouth today.
It is difficult to say I got picked on for being a nerd. I went to high school in the late 90s. Everyone was clowning around.
And that's what like
listen, roasting is
that's been my whole argument with a lot of these guys in the the manosphere space when they talk about the nerd thing, and I'm like, it's part of kind of my thing with them is it because you figured because you were this way, then you just kind of excluded yourself off, or was it that somebody literally told you, hey, we don't want you around here? And that's what I've been trying to get to the bottom of. I've never been around people, even jocks and stuff, that was just like, hey, you can't. Like, that's more movie shit. Like, hey, nerd, get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Twan, did you ever experience that? Because I know they're saying that, and you're saying, wow, that they seem to have. So what about you? Like, and then I'll say how it was at my school where I went. How was it at your school?
for me specifically, personally, it was the opposite coin of that. Like, if somebody would have been like, "Oh, you watch anime," I would have embraced that. But I absolutely know those kids that went to the same school as me that kind of fit that mold of what you're describing. Where
Yeah.
I would like, I had an art class. There was a girl named Maggie, and there was a guy named Nick. And Nick, right now, he is doing amazing. His artist name is Nicholas Draper Ivy, and he does a lot of amazing work. He did the cover for Black Panther when the first movie came out.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Soundtrack for he's like doing his damn. I'm so proud of him. But back then, he wasn't as warm.
He was a little socially awkward.
Yeah, and it was like a slow to warm thing because he was picked on a lot for no reason before that. So when you got people like me or any of the other people, maybe I can't speak to anybody that's really tried to make friendships with him, but in that time, I really loved his work. I had him draw for my comic that I was doing at the time, but it was a little bit of a standoffish nature, like you would come to him with all this enthusiasm, and it was kind of like, okay, cool. You all right? Yeah, I guess you're cool. Like, it was never that real embrace. But I can't blame him because middle school, high school, those tough times where people really were out here picking just to do it. So he is on that side that I can fully relate to what you're saying. There's both sides of the coin.
Absolutely.
It's just about where you were too, like regional, like what type of kids you had at your school. I wish I had
how attractive you are, like Courtney said earlier.
You are, right, exactly.
Yeah,
all those things factor.
For me, I was very out in the open about my anime. I was always into alternative fashion, looks, everything. So I found people like I guess it helped me in a way because people who were into it like knew I was into it. So they knew I was like a safe person. So like I feel like I was friends with every dude, every chick. Well, not really chicks, like one white girl that came to our school. I was friends with her and every dude, which I had like a lot, which is why that started my like path into having male friends, because literally, like, yeah, maybe they thought I was attractive, whatever, but like we really was vibing, listening to anime music, drawing. Like we were like, it was a real friendship, regardless, And so everybody who liked anime knew I was the anime girl. Like everybody knew that.
Yeah.
So, but I wasn't bullied for it, and probably because I was considered pretty.
Yeah,
I wasn't really bullied for it. Yeah, so but that was like my experience. But definitely some of my friends, but once again, some of my friends who were into it, I feel like they weren't picked on because they liked anime. I feel like they were picked on because they were like sometimes smelly or like a little weird when people came around.
And they equated that. They probably equated that to anime fans.
Exactly.
Like,
right.
I use this as a perfect example is when Steve Urkel turned into Stefan Urkel. He was still smart. He was still into what he was into. It just he wasn't walking around with his damn pants pulled up to his nipple. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what people tripped off of. The voice, that's the stuff. Right, wrong, or indifferent. That's the actual stuff that they were on him for. It wasn't because he was smart. It was that that social awkwardness.
Yep. Yeah. The way your men are speaking.
Yeah.
You like ginky tendencies, like all your quirks. It's like it happens a lot of people. Whenever they have like that geek side.
Well, like okay, I'll give you a perfect example. We had this dude. I'll never forget him because I kind of feel bad for shit that we did. But Blood used to be in class talking about he had vampires living in his desk. Like, Blood had names for him and everything. We like,
wait, was he joking? Was it a joke? A running joke he had with himself?
I'll never forget him. And if I seen this dude to this day, I apologize to him. His name is Kima. I'll never forget. I swear to God, Blood used to have a whole family of vampires that lived in his desk. He would talk to him. He would give us but that's the kind of stuff that I'm saying. Like, now, say if he just ended up in the anime, like, you can't go around and say that you was bullied because of anime. Nah, bro, we didn't even know that. You was talking about you had vampires in your desk, bro.
Right, you was bullied because you was sitting over there doing Naruto jutsus with your hand in the lunchroom, thinking you was gonna beat somebody up.
What are we doing?
We sitting here, you gonna just regardless.
You're just being crazy, yeah.
That's kind of like the back and forth that I have with a lot of these cats because and I had spoke about this before, like in the manosphere space, it's more of the computer techie nerd type of thing going on.
Yeah, and they was some weirdos in school. I'm sorry.
But see, listen how but see, this is my thing though, is if you talk to them, they don't think they
You the
were.
problem.
And so
I'm the problem.
that's
I'm
where.
sorry.
But see, that's where it gets confusing because if you talk to them, and this is the funny part though, Bree, they still are, and they don't get
Yeah, they
it.
still are. They don't
It's
know.
like, bro, like for me, it's hard because I want to say it, but then I don't want to come off harsh. But it's like, bro, I'm talking to you through the screen, and I can still tell that you awkward as fuck. Like
You
you,
can smell the nerd.
and so if I can tell that, what you think females think when you approaching them? Like,
All right.
I mean,
I gotta
honestly,
take a
they
pause
bring
for the
anxiety
cause.
sometimes.
say
I'm
again.
gonna take a pause for the calls, and then I'm gonna let Jay come in because
Okay.
I want him to get his thought out. If y'all watching this and if you enjoy my content, if you enjoy this stream, make sure you hit a like, feed the algorithm, give it a little snacky snack, hit that like button on the way in or out. That lets the algorithm know that people are enjoying this, and it will recommend it to more people like you, beautiful souls watching this. And if you like it right now, it also helps since we're live. It'll bring more traffic into the actual live. So I just wanted to give that. I'm gonna catch up on some of these comments. I'm gonna let Twan read because these vows don't be vowing today. Go ahead.
We have a best friend that, despite being black and a girl and the era we grew up in, looking back on it, it was actually inspiring.
Oh,
Indulging in something other than Barbie.
this is my lifelong bestie right
Most
here. This
likely.
is my lifelong bestie. That almost made me cry. This person's laughing at you talking about these vampires in this desk. I had this running joke when I was in high school that Jesus lived in my backyard shed. That was my running joke. So I was like, was it kind of like a running joke? Yeah, I was like, Jesus lives in my backyard shed. That was my running joke.
Sweetheart, that's some children of the corn stuff. Like
Children of the Corn.
It was a running joke. It was funny. It was hilarious. There was a kid who used to play Yu-Gi-Oh with us, and he truly believed he used to be a pharaoh. Oh, I remember him. Oh, this is the one this is my friend I've known since I was 10. Like
okay.
that be the stuff. This man was weird. Like he would just be in our living room doing weird shit. Like,
and see, that's what I'm saying.
You amongst nerds, and we still looking at you like you're weird. Like,
and he'll be on you talking about they don't like me because I'm a nerd because I'm in it. It's like, nah, bro, you awkward. Like you off.
Like, see, Black Geek said they were a computer nerd
or ADHD
today still. Right, some people weird, but Jay, go ahead and get your piece in. I'm sorry, I had to.
Oh no.
Commercial break.
Oh no, it's fine. The thing is for me is just like most of the dudes that said they was nerds. To be honest, they would always hide it from their girlfriends because they didn't want them to find out, which is stupid to me at the point. I'm talking about the jocks because because I remember I used to run with them in swim team and in track, of course, and I'm like, dude. She gonna find out one way or another because it's ever been in your house, and he said like, nah, we always go.
Well, you mean in the nerd things?
Like no. He's in the nerd things like his freaking like I'm talking about like his whole room is nothing but comic booky.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah.
And he won't. Anytime he ever did invite his girl, he never showed her his room. It was just in the living room just to play games or something.
But I feel like
or to watch a movie.
I feel like that's a normal.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I feel like that's a normal high school room though, where you got like posters of comics and like
yeah.
I mean, but you wouldn't be embarrassed about it in high school as opposed to middle school.
Right. I haven't.
Even then, it was just weird. Like, how do you just do things? I'm like, dude, both my girls knew I liked anime, but the thing is, they liked me because I was doing sports. Yeah, and I just moved different.
Yeah,
and I wasn't rocking like an anime backpack. I had a regular backpack like everybody else, bro. So, yeah,
but you also got to remember too, we also kids, so we also don't know what the hell we talking about. That's a big part.
We think we saying some cool shit at the time.
I want to get y'all thoughts on this next topic before we have to wrap it up. Two things. Do we know that like Netflix and stuff is doing anime now, and we see a lot more representation in anime. Do you feel like you need representation in your anime? Do you feel like over time, with more anime being produced by American writers, not necessarily the studios, do you think anime will lose its uniqueness? So those two questions, I'm gonna give y'all each 60 seconds to respond. Tell me you gonna respond too, even if you don't.
No, I will because I got kids.
Okay,
and they into it.
Okay, so Twan, I'll let you go first. Go.
I think it's absolutely necessary. But when I was younger, I kind of just was like, oh, well, Japanese is in Japan. How many niggas you see running around in Japan? So
that's true.
That's true. Like I'll give you a
Can only
break.
represent so much.
Right, but it is dope, and I can't tell you like the first time I actually seen a black character like go in, like if you want to talk about like a Afro samurai or what you just had somebody with a dark color like really representing in a way that you appreciated all these other Japanese, sometimes white people, Swedish people, whatever. You see them just kicking ass, and the first time I saw that for myself, it kind of changed the game for me because I was like, so it can be done. Like we don't just have to be the B-side character supporting. We can be the people in the front kicking ass.
All right. Good usage of that timer. There you go.
Hmm.
I got Mandrill in the back. I'm gonna bring him up so he can say his piece.
Oh man, Trump.
But I'm gonna let Jay, you're gonna go next. You got a 60-second counter and you have the screen. Do you need representation in your anime? And do you feel like over time anime would lose its uniqueness as more American creators make it? Your timer starts now. Go.
No, I don't think anime representation will die out for us as time goes on because there's a whole lot of ethnicities to cover. And as for do I need representation? Yes. Every now and then we do need it, but all the time, not really. We got Aokiji in One Piece, and he's not a B-side character. He's a badass. Like he's like one of the top tier like characters. But like Afro Samurai, even Yasuke, we have that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there's a lot of representation for us in there. It just not might not be to the degree that you like it to be, but it's still in there. And we're more than B-listers, and we got our comics too. So don't worry, we got that plenty. But that's all I gotta say.
Okay, will it lose its uniqueness over time as more American creators get into it?
No, it won't.
Okay. All right, there you go. Time is done. All right, let me take you off. And all right, next we'll get Tommy B going up. So you know the questions, or do you need me to repeat them?
No, I know. Okay. So my daughter's into it. And so with my daughter being into it, I would love for some more representation. Just because so I had I remember when she was younger and she wanted a hairstyle and her hairstyle that she wanted was to be Annie, which fucked me up because us growing up, Annie was the little white girl, not even thinking about Annie, the little black girl. So just something that simple kind of tripped me out to where I saw how important representation was, So yeah, I would like for it, and I'm probably gonna make y'all a little mad, but yeah, this shit gonna get watered down. Sorry. And that's what happens with anything. The more popular it gets, the more mainstream it gets watered down. So y'all gonna be pissed off in probably about 10 years because it's gonna be watered down. It's no different than rap, rock, everything else. They go mainstream. Once you go mainstream, it gets watered down, and it's the quality's gonna go down and all of that stuff. So absolutely.
Now restart the timer. All right.
I see that point though.
I know that's fucked up. All right, Mandrill, do you need me to repeat the question, or you good? You got it?
I think I'm good. The two questions were: do we need more representation in anime, and is it going to get worse over time now that more American people are doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So your time starts now.
Number one, do we need more representation? Yes, because 9 times out of 10, when there's a black character in an anime, they get shit on. Period. In the story,
shit, I ain't know that.
Do. Biscuit Oliver, the black people in fucking Dragon Ball Z, name it. Okay, King and Ashura, Jerry Tyson, really? Okay,
y'all here supporting this shit.
You know what I'm saying? And so then, the only one we got is like Takashi said, we got Aokiji in One Piece, total badass.
We got Isaac from Castlevania.
Kinda. But anyway, hey, God smiles on everybody once, okay? Even a broke clock is right twice a day. So that's what that is. Is it gonna get watered down? As long as it's based on manga, no. But if it ain't based on manga and Americans left their own devices, absolutely. Tommy's right. In that case, Tommy's right. It'll get watered down.
Yeah.
If it ain't based on manga, it'll get watered down.
Yeah, it'll get watered down.
Okay. I guess it's my turn, so I'm gonna go up. How did I put myself on? Oh, I'm tripping. My bad, y'all. All right. Do we need representation? For me, I like seeing Black characters in anime, but I do feel like there's a problem of like this is if we're talking about Japanese writers and directors, it's like how much experience do they really have with Blackness? So is it a true representation of Blackness, even though you paint a character Black? No, I don't necessarily agree with that. So for me, I'm okay with it being where it is as long as it's written by Japanese people. I do feel
Amen.
like as more American writers start to make anime, it will get watered down because a lot of the things we love about anime, even music, if you think about music theory, their chord progressions, all that stuff is based off their culture. So once you take that away from the creators, then it's going to get watered down. So I do agree that over time, maybe in 10 years, as the Gen Zers become take the helm, they're going to be second generation anime watchers. They may not know the originals. It's going to get watered down. So that's my answer. Yeah.
I agree with you.
So everybody said their piece on that.
We can see you, Tommy.
Right.
Oh,
we
shit.
can see you.
It ain't legal
we did
everywhere,
not-
okay? Not yet.
My lovely co-host Twan has to head out in 5 minutes. So I do want to play this before he has to head out. If y'all have anything else y'all want to say on the matter, I'll hang around for a little bit to let everybody finish saying what they need to say. We didn't get to talk about Black cosplayers, but there is this issue of Black cosplayers not being gatekeeping. We might have to do this on a separate show. People gatekeeping Black cosplayers, saying that we can't cosplay certain characters because they're not Black. So I want to talk about that for a second. And I'm going to start that with this lovely clip from Afro Cocoa Puffs. You can follow her on IG. She's an amazing Black cosplayer. Forgive the quality of the video because I don't know who uploaded this, but she is on IG.
Drag them.
Right. And I'm going to play this. So I think y'all should be able to hear it because it's on Chrome.
Oh, I know this chick.
Yeah.
Looking at these trolls on TikTok. Why? What they
So
say?
low.
Black, Hinata isn't black.
Yeah, she's
Hinata isn't black. Hinata
She is.
isn't black.
Black today. She gonna be black today. She gonna be black today.
Hey.
Black today.
Hey.
Hold up. Y'all ain't about to tell me who I can and can't cosplay.
Hey.
Y'all ain't about to tell me who I can and can't
She gonna be
cosplay.
black today. She gonna be black today. She gonna be black today. She gonna be black today.
Oh, so you got people saying that if you Black, you can only cosplay the Black players.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is that these characters ain't white. They're not white either, Tommy.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? They say, she's not Black. Like, yeah, but they're not white either.
You
So,
always gonna have
That's a
them.
box.
That's
the original box.
100%.
Yeah, that shit slapped.
I'm about to be
Yeah,
on that all day today.
Yes. Follow Afro Cocoa Puff on IG. So these are the people I follow. Yeah. So Black cosplayers, we I don't really cosplay, but even at conventions, there's always been it's not really a safe space for Black cosplayers in the past, and gatekeeping saying that you can only play Black characters, and we know those are very few and far in between in anime. It's getting better, but they're still very few and far, especially as a Black female. So it's like, who exactly am I supposed to be if I can't be anybody? Well, Yurichi from Bleach, that's it.
Right. Even though that's a motherfucking
You could be high,
choice.
Bill.
Even though that's a motherfucking choice, because Yurichi is that bitch.
She's that bitch, but it's like when every black woman at the convention gonna be Yurichi, so it's kind of ridiculous. And like who was saying that they not white either, but we don't hear y'all. They're not white. They're Japanese. The characters usually. So
I want to get this point out before I do gotta go, because my stance on that is like it's full of the word I used earlier, ridiculata, because when you think about when people on Halloween, like it's the same shit we have to repeat every year. You don't have to do blackface to do a Black character, and the same goes vice versa. You don't have to put baby powder on your face to be a white character. It's recognizable from the attire you wear and the homage, the homage you pay it when you're at these conventions and stuff. It's so trivial, and it's so, like you said earlier, gatekeeping, trying to make sure that we don't take all y'all's characters. Like, I'm a be Gintama if I want to. I'm a be Levi if I want to. Because I'm gonna be able to pull it off and you're gonna get it.
What is that? Who is that?
That's Tia Holly Bell from Bleach. A black
See?
girl
Yeah.
cosplayer.
Well, you know,
She was
I
awesome.
mean, yeah, but that doesn't count because Bleach sucked.
Yeah. Nah, don't try to turn this into
It did.
See, Brad, I didn't do that.
I'm just saying.
He did that. I didn't do it. I'm just.
I
telling you
know
what the sister
Mandrill always
cosplay.
going around on these streets
I'm
choosing
piggybacking.
violence.
I mean, he
so
dropped
I'm
bombs
not
everywhere.
piggybacking.
Listen,
I'm with you,
ma'am, I do not choose violence, and I would
You
not
definitely
disrespect your
choose violence.
platform. I would not disrespect this young lady's platform by choosing violence today. I chose violence all night last night. Okay,
Right.
I need a nap.
Yeah, he be choosing
I'm
violence.
too tired to be violent right now.
Exactly. This look. Then you
Right.
amongst some anime people. We should be chill. But Twan, I know you gotta
caught me
head
at the right
out.
time. I'm too
Yeah,
tired
that's
to be violent right now.
my
Is there
ex and
any
them.
final thought you want to say before you head out? Before I let everybody finish their thoughts about it?
No, just
okay.
besides. Yes, I like those. Who is
Those are
she
nice,
with
brother.
the white hair?
That's my ex.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hold on one more time.
Yeah, he's talking about, hold up. No. Look.
She cosplaying too? Your ex?
Huh?
She
Yeah.
cosplaying too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Who's she supposed to be?
Why you asking me that?
Exactly.
Tommy don't
Exactly.
know.
You have
Tommy don't know.
no clue, Tommy B.
He support though. He
I don't
support.
know. It's just
Right,
looking.
right.
Right.
You looking
Exactly.
good. Okay?
That's why
You
no,
look
I
good.
was like, exactly. You have no
Go
clue.
ahead. Go
But
ahead,
my
Twan. Leave your
closing
last
thoughts is
thought.
I just want to thank all of y'all for being a part of this. This was probably one of my favorites. I love when we get viewers and people that enjoy what we do coming up and speaking their piece. I love that so much. So feel free to join anytime, any Sunday, any other stream. Love y'all's company and y'all perspectives because y'all definitely flipped a couple things in my head today.
Well,
Gotcha.
Oh yeah,
great.
most
Well,
definitely.
enjoy the
It's
rest
good
of
meeting
your
you
day.
too.
Yeah.
Nice meeting y'all.
We'll figure out what our
Nice meeting
next
you,
show
Twan.
is. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Oh, yeah, we got this.
I didn't even get your name and your
It's
background.
Antoine. It's Antoine, but we gonna talk.
Okay, Antoine. Yeah,
Come
your
next
background.
Sunday.
Your background
Next
is
Sunday.
okay, but I mean, check this. I mean, come
See,
on.
he's
I'm not. No, the
this
moment
man
you
gotta
came
go.
up,
Your
the moment
background's
you
all right,
came
but
up,
I'm
the
just
moment you
saying.
came up.
I told this nigga.
Listen,
I'm just saying.
The battle of the
It's-
backgrounds.
I'm
Battle of
gonna
the
leave you be.
background.
I'm gonna let you have that. I'm gonna
You
come with it.
Right.
can't
I'm
beat.
gonna come with
I
it
mean,
next
you
week.
know, Bushido Brown, Black Dynamite,
That's very
Afro
true.
Samurai, and Huey
Very
Freeman.
true. And I'm not even proud of everybody in my background. I told y'all I would
Yeah,
have been like
he
this.
already
I would have
told
been
you.
like this the whole episode
You don't
if it was
accept.
up to
You
me.
don't
So
What's your name,
you got
Antoine?
that one. Yeah,
Antoine, right?
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Okay.
That's my
Good.
co-host.
Nice meeting you, man. You got a
Absolutely.
platform?
No,
You can
he's
follow
here.
my Instagram. I'm gonna revamp my YouTube, so do not follow what you see now.
Gotcha.
This
No,
thing is
you
from
can see
middle
it.
school. My username
Gotcha.
alone.
No, you need to make a whole new account.
Yeah, you gotta make
You
a
need
new
to make a
one.
whole other
Yeah.
account. Jesus.
Yeah,
Wow.
but once I
Yeah.
do, I'll make sure to leave some links and we'll get that all up in the chat and stuff. But until now, you can just follow me on Instagram at Twan. That's CROUTWAN. Don't ask. It's a salad name. When I used to work in the restaurants, Antoine Crouton. It is what it is.
No,
But,
And he's my co-host every Sunday. So
Every
he's here with
Sunday.
me every Sunday. Every Sunday.
What
Oh,
time
yeah.
every Sunday?
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
3
We do this
p.m.?
every,
Yeah, they do it every
Sunday,
3.
3 p.m.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if you started at 3, you only been going 42 minutes. Y'all lacking.
No, we've been going
Y'all
an
need to
hour and
put
30
the-
No,
minutes.
it's an
I'm
hour
gonna
and
give
42
you the
minutes.
light, honey.
My clock says
East Coast time, Mandrill.
East Coast.
Yeah, we
East
Eastern
Coast.
time.
Okay. Y'all
We
East
East.
Coast. See,
Yeah.
weirdo.
Ain't a
But
West
I
Coast.
knew it.
he just has to go today. But usually we do
Yeah.
hang around almost.
Yeah,
every day.
next
It's
week
just
I'll
a
be here
special
as
day.
long as possible.
Just know that
Yeah.
I don't think you're weird because you like anime. I think you're weird
Go
because you
ahead.
live on the East Coast.
Go ahead, Twan. He ain't gonna
Yeah,
let you go.
I'm not on this
Just
one. I'm
go.
not
Antoine,
on
you
that
good,
one.
brother.
Just
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
You good,
Bye.
bro. You good.
All right, man.
I gotta get him now. Roast him for that, man. I'm in the East Coast. What's wrong with you, boy?
Yeah, I'm in the East Coast too.
We
We gonna have to jump in.
weirdos on the East Coast. I mean, I ain't even look. Look. You lucky you ain't in New York. I'd really go in there.
I got a sister in New York.
I got a sister in New
You know
York.
different?
Hey, red lipstick.
Yeah, it
guys.
is. New York is very different from every other place on the planet.
We staying
Yeah,
on
I know.
topic.
They
Let's
different
talk about
breed of
black
people.
cosplays.
Black cosplays. I
We stay on topic.
cosplay as Black Dynamite and Huey Freeman almost every day. And when I go to MMA, because I train MMA, right? That's my activity. I also go and lift weights right afterwards. I'm a madman like that. I dress like
So he said he
Bushido
cosplays
Brown.
every day.
So look
What
at Tommy.
What is this?
Tommy
was good.
Tommy found a picture of a. They found a picture of a midget one night,
Oh
right?
my
We were on the
God.
Black Man Unfiltered
That's his
podcast,
cosplay.
right? And look, we were on Black Man Unfiltered's platform, right? It was a live stream, and Black Man Unfiltered found
Oh
a
my
picture of a
God.
midget who boxes, right?
Oh
And so
my
then
God.
Tommy takes a screenshot of it, hits the Photoshop, and photoshops my
I'm
face.
so
on
ignorant
top
on
of it.
Photoshop. It's not even funny.
And look, it was quick. Like it was amazing how fast
Oh
he
yeah,
did that. I was like,
No, I'm ignorant on
Tommy,
Photoshop.
and I was like, Tommy, that was
that's a nice photo of you, Mandrill. I like that, Tommy, that you had.
He caught me with a straight face and everything. I'm like, when did you even take the screenshot of my face like that?
Yeah, that's kind of scary, actually. Red Lipstick Vibe said she
is.
went to an event in Baltimore with her son. I'm going to be at Dreamcon this summer, which is a convention hosted by RDC World 1, who we talked about earlier. So I'm really excited to go to their second annual Dreamcon and be a vendor there selling who knows what, because I didn't think I would get a spot. But yeah, that should be great. It should be a safe space for Black cosplayers. So I'm really excited to see all the Black cosplayers come out. And it's gonna be
my ex, she goes to a lot of those conventions. She's got nothing but good stuff to say about them. Like,
conventions are nice. Yeah, the conventions
Well, you
are
know,
nice. I've been to a lot.
DragonCon is coming up in August.
And I heard about what happens at night at those conventions.
I'm telling
Hey.
you,
Night Raid, baby.
Hey,
listen.
y'all nasty.
Don't say y'all.
He said, "No, don't count me in that. I just joined."
Don't count me there.
Don't try to lead the community now.
Yeah, no, I don't know them people. Who you talking about? Who you talking about?
I know what he's talking about, but
yeah, you know.
Yeah,
The,
she told me some
nerds.
stories. I said,
Yeah, we get around your people.
I've
Just
been
imagine
missing
not
that.
being around your people all the time. Just imagine being isolated from
Tommy.
your community all the time.
Man.
Tommy,
Then you get around them.
You are missing out.
Listen,
If you single, Tommy, if you single,
listen. My daughter
you
been
are
bringing me
missing
on
out.
and everything. She been dragging me into it.
Are you gonna take her to a con?
Probably will, because her and her best friend, they actually, her best friend actually draws them. She's really good at art, so she actually draws characters and stuff, which is hilarious to me because you know they always got like the big ass titties. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, my daughter be drawing.
What you mean the character?
Yeah, so it's just interesting that you know it didn't catch on with me, but then seeing my daughter get into it and stuff. So yeah, I'll probably end up taking her to some conventions and stuff, and then you know leave her in the room at night to go explore.
Yeah, go to the after party events. I definitely want to take my daughter.
Tommy, when you go to that convention, Tommy, get ready to hunt. You don't need.
Hey, man, Drill, I'll put on the costume and everything. I don't give a fuck.
Hunt, bro. I mean,
put you on a Akatsuki robe or something. Get you one of them. Put that.
That's the one with the red clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The black joint with the red clouds.
I see them shits everywhere. Like, look, this is what's weird. Like, so I knew of anime, I just didn't know how big it was. And then two things happened. When my daughter started coming up with it, and then when me and my ex started chopping it up again, I'm like, now I see the shit everywhere. I'll be in a Burger King drive through, be like, oh, this nigga, I don't know. Like, it just, like, I see the shit everywhere now. I'm like, God, it's almost like I took the pill or some shit. Like, fuck, this shit is everywhere.
Now you see it all
everywhere, bro.
I remember when anime first hit America, like when I remember because I was in like the 1980s, late 80s, the Sci-Fi Channel, like the Sci-Fi Channel used to do a marathon once a year of anime, right?
I remember
old school classics like Vampire Hunter D, the Venus Wars, all kind of stuff that Akira, stuff you just didn't hear about because you know we here stateside, right? Every year they do a marathon, and then like in the late 90s, that's when it started blowing up for real. Because then in the late 90s, it started coming on TV like Cartoon Network. But here's the thing: if you watch Transformers, and that was anime, Transformers was anime, the original cartoon.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Back in the day when we was children. Yeah, that's a Japanese cartoon. Yeah.
Oh, well,
that's anime.
I was in the anime then. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
What
about
Voltron?
Huh?
What about Voltron?
That was definitely anime.
Oh, okay. Damn. So I guess I was in anime then because I was into that shit.
Now those are kind of the first ones to really hit the States. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff we grew up watching, and that was actually anime.
And we didn't even know at the time. Sometimes,
we had no idea, we had no clue.
Well, the comparison you can make is like pay attention to Superman and then Goku. Why don't they look alike? I was like, one is Japanese, the other is freaking American based. Just because one of their comic draws, and then the other ones you have like artists in Japan doing the other stuff.
Got you.
That's how I was able to distinguish that when I got older. I was like,
But it's basically the
because I was
same
8 years old,
character.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. They're
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah.
How they drew.
Right.
Yeah, they got chiseled chins.
Yeah.
But anime is the superior
You guys
media.
same
I
character
will
each
say that.
event or
I can't
different
disagree.
each time.
Yeah. She was asking about cosplay. That depends on the cosplayer, because some outfits are really expensive, so you may make the rounds and wear it to more than one convention if you want. But some people make different costumes for every convention they go to. So it
Yeah, I
really
got a
depends
friend
on
that's
the
helping me with
person.
mine
Yeah.
right now. I'm gonna be doing a character off of God Eater. He is a black character. Now he does have kind of like dirty blonde hair, but he wears a hoodie type character. But you can see that he's black. He's full on black. So I was
And
like,
I
yeah,
don't
I'm gonna do
cosplay.
that.
I don't really
You don't
cosplay.
cosplay? You don't cosplay?
No, I don't cosplay.
She said she don't.
Boo.
But I'm not opposed to it. Like my husband and I, we definitely want to do a cosplay at some point. But
Yeah,
you
let him be
know,
touching on
I would
mask
like
and
to
you be
do it
Sailor Moon.
right, and it take time and money, and like I
It
would want to
does.
do it right. You know,
like
if I did.
I've been to conventions and stuff just because I always heard about them. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, all right, I mean, let me go to one of these things, see what's cracking. So I get there, and that's when I was like, Tommy, I was like, I did not know this shit was this big. Like you go to one of the Tommy, you go to one of them conventions, man. It is.
I know they got a big one in, I think, San Diego. I think it's a real big one.
Yeah, they do. Atlanta,
Yeah,
Dragon Con in Atlanta, that one's a pretty big one too.
I think she went to that one.
That's like sci-fi fantasy, and like the anime ones are even more lit. I hear like just purely anime conventions.
Yeah.
It's just like all so. Yeah, it depends. I think everybody should go to a convention at least once and see. But I respect cosplayers, but it's just not my like. I just respect. I just can't do it. But I'm into kawaii aesthetic and some Japanese aesthetics.
Right now, you're not gonna find me going out there dressed like some Naruto character or something like that. I ain't doing that. That's they walk around with shoes with their toes out. I don't see.
Yeah, you don't like having your toes out.
Right.
See, there you go, Tommy. You're gonna just be in the costume.
Like
or ask your daughter what she want to cosplay as, and then you just gotta get along with the theme. That's it. But my daughter's into it now too. She's into kawaii aesthetic and the same stuff.
How old is your child?
She's about to be 13, so I'm gonna take her to a con this year. Her first one. I was like, you can't go until you about 13 because they be wild.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, my
cheeks be out. It be all kind of stuff. Cheeks be out. Everything. They be wearing these costumes. So I told her she couldn't go until she was about 13. So.
Yeah, we in a bay. These white folks walk around butt ass naked if they want to.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Like, that's been since I was a kid. Like you'll literally walk around like Berkeley or Frisco, and they'll be walking around holding hands, just walking. You'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. I experienced that when I was in freaking Florida. When I did a certain job, and I freaking oh man, I didn't know that area was what I thought it was. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, let me get this job done and get out. My eyes. Hold on, bro.
But that's pretty much. I think we went through all the topics pretty much. So just talking about cosplaying, we're gonna have to do another show as an extension of this. Maybe talk a little bit more about some of the cosplays. I definitely want to do a show about like anime music. I'm like, should I do that on Twitch? I know we need to, but see, YouTube don't want to let me be great and play nothing. So like, I'm kind of like, I should just do it on Twitch, but I want to do it here. So I got to figure out how I'm gonna work that out.
Well, here's the thing: we didn't talk about how One Piece is the greatest anime currently.
Oh my god!
You really not gonna like me if we get. Look, I have decided.
If you're not watching One Piece, you're wrong.
I have decided I'm going to watch. Yeah, I'm gonna watch. My husband and I, we were talking about it because neither one of us have watched One Piece. And we always have wanted to
watch One Piece.
We've always wanted to, but it's just so many episodes, and then you get your brain just shut down, and you be like, oh my god, even if I watch 3 episodes a day for a year, I might get through. It's just so many.
Yeah, Kawaii Bri. I understand what you're saying, and I know you missed my Overlord stream when we talked about it because me and my little brother did on the stream literally just talked about it. And we said that can seem imposing and intimidating for you to have to like watch a whole series based on that. It's like watching, okay, I can't compare it, but it's just as long. The Young and the Restless.
Yeah.
That crap is ongoing.
It's a lot.
No one's gonna start all the way. Let's be real. Ain't nobody I know nobody You go watch Young Rest over from the beginning and catch. Ain't nobody doing all that. I promise you.
I believe it's good. I believe it's great. From anything I've ever seen from it, it looks great. But it's just like so many episodes, and Jay already knows this about me, how I feel about shonen. But I do respect shonen. But so I'm just like, I need to watch it. It's one of the big three. I gotta watch it. But it's so many episodes.
It's the big
one.
Well,
technically it is.
It's the big one.
If you're interested in it, then check it out. If you're not, I can understand. That's cool.
But you know, typically with shonen, like I can get into it. Like for shonen, it's kind of like the fillers for me is more so.
Well, that's the thing about One Piece; it doesn't have much filler. There really is. Yeah. There's very little filler in that.
When you first start, there's some filler in there, my brother. So I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but there's very little though.
Nah, okay. So what I need from One Piece is I need somebody to drop me an outline. I need you to drop me an outline of what I could watch, what I could skip in the beginning.
If you got Dropbox, I can just give you every episode. I've got.
See, no, but I need to know. Can I skip some in the beginning? Like, can I just are there key episodes like watch like Star Wars fans?
No, Mandro. The one thing I would ever tell anybody, and I used to think like how she thought, and I'm like, I don't do it no more. You can't skip anything.
I can't.
The only thing you can skip is the filler. You skip all the filler because it's not counting the story, and you get there quicker as you get these.
But if it's because
people start the same thing because, like I said, if you don't read the manga, then how would you know what to skip? That don't make any sense.
All right. Well, I respect that. If I can't skip it, then I'll watch it. Everything besides filler.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
Take your time.
The thing is, you can't. Yeah, because I'm thinking now in the beginning. Okay, that's when he meets some of the crewmates because. He meets the rest when he goes over to the Grand Line, but then you miss like the whole situation. Arlong Park,
the Nami stuff.
The Nami stuff with Arlong Park. Yeah, that's crucial because then you see when Zoro meets Hawkeye and he awakens his haki in that fight.
Don't give me no spoilers.
Well, the thing is, when you see that, you don't even know what that is. Like until later when you find out. That hockey exists and what hockey does, what you can do with it. You're like, then you start remembering stuff from way back when. Like, wait a minute, I remember way back then when this happened, and so that's what that was. You know, you start piecing things together. It's cool because they do callbacks like that where something you watch now might not make sense, but like 100 episodes later, you're like, wait a minute, so that's what that was all about. You know what I'm saying? And it all ties together in a big knot, and it's. Everything is so well fleshed out. The world building, the character building.
Look, see, this my husband. Somebody, we gonna have to watch 3 episodes a day. We can do it. We gonna do it together.
I mean,
we decided, but you know,
If your husband's here, I want to tell him this: take our time. Both of you take your time when y'all watch it. Okay, don't make it a chore.
He gonna get left.
I'm just gonna say, just take your time.
He gonna get left. We always try to watch shows together.
Bri, you know that's considered cheating these days, right?
It is.
Which I know, be trying to sneak in. Like I love The Mandalorian, and like he was just taking so long to like watch it, and I was just like, I'm about to sneak watch this episode.
Yeah, that
girls get angry when we do that.
Yeah,
Tommy,
Jay, a full-fledged fight if we do it.
Right.
Yeah, right. If we do it like, hey, what the freak?
Hey, Bri, I'm like you. I don't say shit. I just sit there like I ain't never watch it. Like,
you know that meme when you be like, I look stupid too.
Like, why you wasn't as excited as me? Oh no, it just didn't catch me like that.
But real talk though, I usually fall asleep because he stays up really late and he's a gamer. Yeah, and so sometimes like
what are you on? He on Xbox or he on the other thing?
He's on PlayStation. I'm on Xbox.
He on the other thing. Okay. Oh, you on Xbox?
I'm on
Xbox sucks.
At least somebody's cool in a relationship.
No, Xbox sucks. See, I told you, listen. See, Tommy is the ultimate weirdo. He's on the West Coast. He lives in the Bay. He's a Raiders fan. He plays Xbox. All wrong answers.
No, wait, Tommy, you know what? Every time I play cross-platform, the Xbox players always know what they're doing. It be them PlayStation players be over there.
I'm talking about in the parking lot fight niggas like die hard.
We out there. Yeah, Tommy's a Raiders fan for real, Jay.
Okay. I'm a gamer as well, so yeah, I'm a gamer. We are gamers.
Yeah, I'm definitely a gamer.
Yeah, you should be playing. You should get your.
I got my Switch over here, so yeah, my Switch and my.
Actually, I might have to mess with it. My little brother was showing me that. I like when I first heard of the Switch. I thought it was just like a little cool little, handheld thing. I'm on the other thing.
Yeah,
Say,
exactly.
I'm on the other
I'm on
You're on the
PlayStation.
other team.
I'm on PlayStation. Yeah, I'm on
You calling out his
PlayStation.
wife?
Yeah,
You
that's a
on
household
the other
rival.
thing,
That's
Tommy.
a
The
household
other
rival
thing.
right there. I'm not even
Yeah,
allowed to
right.
touch the PlayStation 5, y'all. Like,
Right, because you
don't
want
even
to play
breathe on it.
Xbox. Okay,
Yeah,
Listen,
he said, don't
you
even
want to
you
play
breathe
shouldn't
on
even
it.
want to. Listen,
You
y'all
play
days, once they brought the show over to Xbox, it was over for y'all. It was over
No,
for
it
y'all.
wasn't.
That's the only thing that
we
dragged us over to PlayStation was the show.
bullshit. Here's it. We got God of War, Horizon, the Uncharted series. Bro, I can go on with how
You might not
PlayStation-
have Call of Duty for too long, Mandrill.
We don't care about Call of
I'm
Duty.
not.
No one
I'll be
plays
honest.
it
I'm not
anymore.
Call of Duty
But I
fanboy.
think
No one
inherently, I
plays
have
Call of
this
Duty
Who
anymore.
don't
argument
play
that,
Call
like,
of Duty no more?
Oh,
Anyone
go
with
ahead,
half a
Brianna.
brain.
Oh shit,
I
man.
don't.
Call of Duty is
Yeah.
boring. It's the same game.
I
It's
don't.
like
No,
Madden.
it ain't.
It's the same
get
No,
game
because
over
they
and
I play a
over
changed
again.
it. No, because they
I
changed
play
it
a
to
little
Sandbox.
Warzone.
It's like
Not
Fortnite
Warzone?
now.
Okay.
It's called Warzone.
That's
But
worse.
Warzone, they're still multiplayer. They're still the modern work. Like, that's still the other version.
you're
That's
It
like
is, but it's
ranked.
a way
That's
bigger
worse.
map though.
That's
It's
worse.
not like it's not like the old maps where you could find your exact spots where you want to stay and then you just stay there the whole time. Like,
It's Battle Royale. They have their. I play Warzone, but I don't
yeah,
play the regular.
and they make it smaller so you can't camp.
I'll pass on the show and COD.
Yeah, but that sucks, man. The show and call you called two dated
Put that over here.
boring
Yeah, he
games
don't
now. They
play
just
them.
ran out of ideas.
I'm a sports dude.
So Tommy B, do you
Okay,
do
cool.
you
Respect
play
that.
do you like FPS? Like, do you play a lot of first person shooters?
I do Call of Duty. I just got Dying Light. Dying Light been pretty cool. I've been trying to keep my goddamn son out of here because he be getting spooked.
But you mostly like a sports game.
Yeah, in with sports, I can play any sport. To be honest with you,
Yeah, man.
I go basketball, hockey, soccer.
Oh,
I'm,
hockey,
I'm,
bro?
just like,
My
I'm a
boy.
competitor, so I like to compete. So
Okay, so what
Okay.
you need to do is, Tommy, get you a PlayStation so I can whoop that ass in Madden.
man,
That's what
Drill,
you can do.
I'm gonna tell you like I tell all the other PlayStation guys.
Oh, and don't
I got big hands.
I don't matter what you got big hands. And then look when
I'm
that
just-
boxing game
listen,
come out, when that boxing
most
game
of the
come
people
out,
that
bruh.
dipped out on Xbox is because they didn't like that big controller. And I always tease them and go, my little brother can handle that controller. Your grown ass couldn't. Come on,
So?
man.
Oh.
I don't
Well, I
like
have
the
a pro
man
controller.
hands.
Y'all just
Do
don't
you have a
have
pro controller?
y'all
Yeah,
Tommy?
it broke again.
Elite.
I gotta
What?
send them $100. I broke
How
the
long
first
ago did you
edition
get
and the
it?
second one.
How long ago did you
It's
get
like 2 years ago. I got it when it first
Oh,
came
I
out. The
was about to
second
take that
version
shit
of
back
it.
to the take that shit back to the Microsoft store.
I just got to send them $100. They'll send me a new one.
Oh, okay.
No, I do not. Who said that?
He do.
You choose violence 100% of the time.
And this is the thing, like it's such a part of his personality. He don't even realize it. He just be
How do I
like
choose violence?
violence.
Now you and your husband are brand new friends of mine.
But still,
How
you
do
choose
you
violence.
get this impression that I choose violence?
I
That's
fucks with
shame.
the violent energy. I be seeing you on them panels talking crazy.
Wait, Tommy does it too. No one calls him out.
Oh no, they definitely do.
Tommy do
He
choose
definitely
violence.
do.
No, Tommy, you do it, but you're more chill.
Man,
I remember the
Drill.
first time. No, the first time I ever saw Tommy on a panel, we was talking about religion, and Tommy came up on that panel talking about some y'all niggas sound dumb as hell.
Right?
Why the fuck do we need gates on heaven?
No.
Bitch, heaven and you God. Why the fuck
That
do we
sound
need
like
gates? I'm like,
No.
That
I
sound like you, Tommy.
I won't insult, but I will question.
Now
nah,
that
he's like,
sound
y'all
like
niggas sound
something
dumb
you
as
do,
hell.
Tommy.
If you God, why you need gates on heaven? You should just be able to keep the motherfuckers out that you don't want to come in.
I'm just saying.
And
It don't make
pearly
sense to me.
gates and streets paved with
I got
gold.
questions.
Like that, all that sounds like some shit humans would want. Why would an all
They do.
knowing,
It's
all powerful
MTV
God
Cribs, bro.
need jewelry?
The argument was that now that's I'm just I'm gonna leave it at that. But
Tell
I
me
just wanted,
you can't think of a rapper going on MTV Cribs talking about look at my gate made of pearls. My street leading up to my house is paved of gold. Like that sounds like some
does
MTV
have
Cribs.
things.
It does.
Remember Master P had a gold ceiling. This is MTV Crib stuff. I'm telling you.
Listen, guys, it's symbolism. You clearly don't understand the whole context of the symbolism. But this is not a religious debate show. I do want to know what Mandrill plays, and I want to know what Jay plays. So what do y'all play?
Mandrill, you go first.
Okay.
I'm about to
When
show
I play
everybody.
number one PlayStation, which is the only console to own.
Here you go. Here you go.
By the way, I do enjoy football, boxing games when they make them. I'm really looking forward to Esports Fight Club, the new boxing game coming out.
God, finally.
Okay.
Okay,
Now,
okay.
have you seen it? Okay, now here's another thing. I like most of the first party games that PlayStation makes. Again, the Uncharted series, Horizon series,
Uncharted
God of War.
is good.
Yeah, God of War, all that. That's why I got a PlayStation instead of an Xbox, because the only thing they had was Halo, but I got a PC, gaming PC.
Oh,
so
yeah.
there's really no reason for me to get an Xbox.
Yeah.
You know,
Halo Infinite sucks.
You still dipping in the Xbox water though, so come on now.
No,
you still dipping your toe in
I
there.
don't like Halo. Oh, here come my other co-host.
I don't like Halo either. There we go.
Okay.
Hey, Shy.
What? Oh, you came up here like you ready to fight. Go ahead. This is my co-host.
Aren't you? Look at
So, I just want to say
oh, it's a little echo. Hold on. Everybody mute. Everybody mute yourself, Shy. Oh, you came up here like you ready to fight. Go ahead. This is my co-host.
Right.
You gotta turn your YouTube off.
I did.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, we're good to go.
Did y'all hear the violence that y'all was spilling like over here?
I won't promote no violence. That was this cat right here below me.
Jay, come on, man. You know full well I'm not that bad. Am I?
You gotta get him, Shy, because y'all don't know this about us. We're a Microsoft family over here. Okay.
Yeah.
We rock
You have your Microsoft. Bri, I got one question. What was I saying or doing when you first saw me on a panel?
I think the first panel I saw you on, it was like a debate, but I can't really remember. You was talking about women. If you want me to loosely summarize, you basically saying they trash and none of them got any sense. And then I saw you on another thing telling
I didn't say women were trash.
The one classic mandrill choosing violence was on Black Man Unfiltered around the time when the beef was going on the internet streets. And you told Kaylin that she wasn't protected because she ain't got no husband, so she need to get off the internet without a man or something like that.
Well, that was true.
Oh shit!
Well, that was true.
You just asked for the example. I'm not debating what you said.
Wait, we just repeating what
right.
we thought.
I feel you.
I'm so glad I got a reputation like Mandrill.
Let me flesh myself. Let me flesh it out, okay, ladies.
No.
You may not. Here's the type of person I am. You may not always like what I have to say, but when I tell you something, you'll know that I'm telling you the truth.
It be wrong
for sure. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I agree. It's your truth.
It's not my truth. No. First of all, there's no such thing as your truth. There's no such thing as your truth. It's just the truth. It ain't mine.
You know women like to say that. That's
right. Everybody true, huh?
Yeah, it's everybody true. It's everybody true.
My manager told me that one time. I was a nurse, and we were like, we tired of patients dying. We don't have enough staff, and this. She's like, I appreciate you sharing your truth. Bitch, my truth. The lady died. She had no nerves. About my truth.
I appreciate you sharing your truth.
She chose violence when she said your truth.
Yeah, and that's why I can't. The thing is, that's why I can't work for someone. Tommy, that's why I can't work for nobody else anymore.
I hear you.
Listen, you catch me with that weak. Can you imagine somebody catching me with that weak shit like that?
That's it. But Mandrill, to be honest with you,
I get fired.
That's why the truck driving thing is for me, because literally we don't get messed with. Like, we get our load and we go. Pause.
Yeah.
We get our load and we just keep it going. Like, we don't do the whole, supervisor over your back. Even the coworkers. Like, it's no coworkers.
Yeah.
I love
it. I like
that's nice.
Because
nobody can love it. I hop in my truck, put on my podcast, put on my music, and it's just me in the road, chilling, bro. I promise.
But Shakira, did you get to say what you wanted to say? I'm sorry. I said we rock hard.
I just wanted to say Xbox for life over here.
No, stop it.
Ain't that funny? There's only one piss station on this panel. What's the chances of that?
You can't listen.
What's the chances of that? See, y'all be talking all that in the street like nobody buys an Xbox, and it's only one on this panel. Oh, and her husband in the chat.
No,
I gotta stands whole space for my husband as a PlayStation player. So,
Yeah, right.
See what a great wife.
Forgive him, Lord, for he knows not what he does.
right. And my
Sean,
toddler,
you came
like, he
over
got
here.
that whole power issue with the PlayStation 5 about how you got to be careful about how you turn it off. And my toddler stay turning this shit off. And he gets so mad about it.
Sean, you came over here, and I thought you were super cool. Then you said you're an Xbox for life.
Oh well,
Sorry.
you know.
Wow.
You know,
Hey, I am not known
Hey, bro,
by,
you need.
by
Bro,
my-
Look
I
at
got
this! Look at
Switch
this! Look at
and
this
a-
one. He
and
got
a
the
Xbox.
lamest
He got
one
a
out of
Switch.
all the new consoles.
Hold on,
Bro,
Switch.
I got
Yeah, the
all
Switch
3. What are you talking about?
You ain't got the PS5, man.
The one of the first things my
PS5 is,
son
like,
learned
really
to do when
hard
he
to get.
Man, you ain't got one. You ain't got one of these, man. You ain't,
It's
you
hard to
ain't
get a
Jay.
PlayStation 5
Hey, I'm
still.
gonna give
Jay.
the prop. I'm gonna give you.
You
your
ain't got
Actually,
it.
no, it's downstairs in the living room.
You
with my boy.
can
Oh,
rock
there you
the
go.
PS5. You know, I'm not
We
mad.
share
At
that,
it.
but I
You
I'm
ain't,
just
you ain't
saying-
got one of these. See, Tommy,
I'm
this is
just
what you
saying,
need
don't
right
hate
here.
on me because I choose my Xbox.
Yeah, you
Right.
choose
And then
lame. You
it's the
choose
PlayStation 5
lame.
like kind of copy the Xbox controller.
Yeah, they
format.
did.
They finally
Yeah, they
realized
did.
this dumbass
Yeah, they
controller.
did. With the
No.
Y'all
with the
had.
bumpers on top and stuff.
No.
Yeah,
This,
weird ass
this right here. This is an original piece right here. Okay, this is
piece of
no one
trash.
else
Oh
did
no.
this to anyone else's
Oh,
ideas. This is excellence. All right.
Yo,
This is-
Mandra, you know what you can do on your
What?
on your PlayStation?
What?
Even though I got one, you can't play Mario Kart with your boys.
I don't want to
Or
play
your
Mario
girls.
Kart with my
Mario
boys.
Kart break up
I got all
families,
that.
though.
Or Smash
Mario
Brothers.
Kart break up family.
All right, I'll give you
Mario
the
Kart
Smash
break
Brothers.
up.
All right, I'll give you the Smash Brothers, but I ain't played Mario Kart since Super Nintendo.
Mandrill.
Yeah, you've been sitting out.
Look.
Wow.
That ain't coming to
You
cake.
missing
Boy.
out.
Oh,
yeah,
you got
yeah.
a case
The
lame.
light coming out
Hey,
this
boy.
thing. I heard the
See,
music. Did y'all hear the angels sing?
No, I
Oh
did
yeah,
not.
did you hear it? You saw that
Angels
light?
singing.
Oh yeah.
But you know what, Tommy? This is such a technological marvel that it doesn't require a case.
Mandrill.
What's up?
I can turn that thing into a hairpin trigger.
Oh, stop it.
No bullshit. No, look. Back here. If I move this right here,
Yeah, you see that?
hairpin trigger.
That-
All I gotta do is pull it like that. Barely go down.
Oh yeah. Hey
Oh,
Tommy,
see,
ask him
okay.
if he could put. Ask him if he got paddles on the back. You got
He ain't got no paddles on the back. He don't know nothing about the paddles on the back.
You got no
See,
paddles
he-
on the
yeah,
back.
man,
I
What
gotta
you know
controls
about
in this cat.
what you know about that magnetics though?
Man,
What you know about-
Yeah. What about that
Y'all still
magnetic?
pushing buttons. We pushing paddles over here, man. We
Right.
Yeah, and see,
Yeah,
you got
what about that
cheat- I see,
reinforced-
you-
I gotta catch
Right.
up.
We
Okay,
customize the
metal.
pieces.
Okay,
Oh,
hold on.
yeah.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I
Hold on.
got pushback for that.
Hold
I
on.
got pushback for you, Tommy.
Let me take that off.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
So
don't
what?
switch
We
it
don't
up,
need
bro.
all that. Here's the
Don't
thing,
switch it
Tommy.
up.
I see what's going on with Xbox. See,
You know what I'm
Xbox
saying?
players suck so bad that y'all need cheats and shit on your controllers. That's what it is. You
Actually,
need cheats on your controllers. I
Xbox
get
is
it.
so smart knowing that we're playing against computers now.
We're so
And we
advanced.
go ahead and we give
Yeah.
ourselves an.
How about you get your dollars up and build you a computer, and then you won't have that
I'm
problem.
gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
Oh, okay.
I can
That's
do that.
good.
While
No.
I'm
I'm
just
playing
saying.
my Xbox.
We actually
Listen,
games
no,
over
let
here.
me tell you my husband something. Because
Thank you.
this is what pissed me off the most about a PlayStation. So PlayStation 4, I believe, I went and got one. Because all of my partners was talking all this shit.
Yeah.
But what?
Never online. Never.
What?
I got whole leagues on Xbox. Always on. I just hop on Xbox and just pick a friend. I got on PlayStation. It was so dead, bro. First of all, y'all internet was trash. Like compared to ours, the whole internet, the interface, it was just garbage.
The network is trash.
But it was never nobody online. It's like all y'all do is play one player or something, bro. It's never nobody
That's all they
online.
do. They playing Horizon and
Yeah, like come on, man.
No, I play
That's all
Horizon.
play with your friends.
I play Naruto to Boruto, Shinobi Strikers. I got all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Tommy, that's one of the reasons why I got the Switch before, like during the pandemic, because I was like, bro, even though you locked in your bro, you can still these cats playing Mario Kart, playing Smash, like bro, you can play a whole bunch of different like what Hyrule Warriors, you can do all that stuff.
I think
my daughter
players,
and,
I think Xbox players are better at like team multiplayer games because that's
absolutely.
Like, I do have a theory like
a better internet.
we came up on Halo, which was like the
absolutely.
like so I feel like
I like Halo more than I like Call of Duty by here. I'm a Halo stan.
I ain't feeling Infinite.
Yes, I'm a Halo stan, boy.
Halo is lame though.
First of all, you're not gonna come on my platform blaspheming Halo.
Whoa.
Halo is
Okay.
lame.
It's
Even
lame.
though
Lame.
Infinite
Super
trash.
lame.
And Andrea, that's a
Infinite
bold
trash.
statement right there.
It's a true statement.
No,
Infinite
yo,
trash.
man,
that's
yo,
your
man,
truth,
yo.
Andrea.
No, it's not.
Tommy, I
There's
should
no
get my
again.
boy
There's no
Johnny real
such
quick.
thing
I should
as
get my
your
boy Johnny.
truth.
You
That
can put
doesn't
him in check
exist.
for saying
I'm just
Halo's
like,
terrible
it's
trash.
literally one of the greatest games ever, and he's saying not
Here's
not
the
only
thing.
did he didn't just say I don't like it. He said it's
I
trash.
removed
It's
him from
trash.
the
Yeah,
Yeah,
chat.
yeah.
like
It's
you
trash.
see, he be
I'm about
choosing
to take his little
violence.
square off.
Violent.
No.
Let me explain, if I may. Okay.
Let him explain.
Now,
There is no explanation.
by the time Halo came out, I had been playing PC games and PlayStation games since
He's
forever,
an elitist,
right?
y'all. He's an
Now,
elitist.
no. Here's the thing: when Halo came out, I played it. I was like, okay, what's the big hubbub? But see, by that time, I played a bunch of PC games, and the PC games were better. Halo was designed for a console, so when you play it on PC, it's shit. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah, that's
impressed.
true.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
true.
When you play it on PC,
Yeah.
it's just, I was like, what's the big
Okay.
deal? Like,
I'll say
I
for
played better
PC
games than
is
this.
trash.
Okay, so let me say this. You're
That I
standing
can
in your
agree.
truth as a PC player.
There's no such thing as my
Absolutely.
truth.
You're standing in your truth as
Listen,
a PC
if you want me to
player.
leave, you can just say so. You don't have to treat me this way.
Hey, nobody wants you to leave. But it's not looking good for you, son.
Your truth and all that.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay. Jay trying to say something. Go ahead, Jay.
No. I'm just saying it's not looking good for you right now, son.
Yes, it does. I just
Coming out.
explained.
Yeah.
Halo is trash.
Okay.
And so is Xbox. Xbox is trash.
See,
Yo,
you be
man.
good, and then you
man.
always
Gears of-
take it
Yo,
there.
see,
You
listen,
So what I'm
always.
saying is,
You should
Gears of
listen,
War,
I should
you
get
had
Johnny
no
on you. I should get my
crosshairs.
boy Johnny on you, but I ain't gonna do that to you.
Why
Johnny,
you
what
he
you
go
can't
crazy.
say?
Johnny
Why
ain't got
you
no
can't
smoke
say
for
that
me
the Xbox is just not for me? Why we gotta take it
Johnny.
all the way? to
Yeah,
trash?
that's what I'm saying.
because
You
it
know,
sucks.
but
Xbox
Oh, hold
you
on.
sucks.
sound, you sound like them people.
Actually,
You know, you sound like them people with preferences.
Okay.
Well,
You sound like them people with
listen,
preferences. It's
when
like,
you
why you
guys,
can't just say you like something else? You got to come on here and drag. You know, like black women be like, why you can't just go like your other women? You got to come on
Right.
here and say this.
I'm
this,
trying to
this.
tell y'all, it started with Xbox One, man, and the men with the small
started with
hands didn't appreciate the size of that controller, and they done hated Xbox since.
But I have small hands and I play Xbox. I'm petite.
But that's what I'm saying.
Small
No,
hands.
well, the original Xbox. But
Yeah,
that's
we
what I
know
always
small.
said though, Bree. I'm like, I know hella like kids. But a lot of the PlayStation players that I know, they hated that controller.
But the thing is,
It was too big, and I'm
But the
like,
thing is, Tommy, I mean, I didn't see the size of the controller. The big controller never bothered me with Xbox. My issue with Xbox is like I said, I had a PlayStation, I had a gaming PC, so it's like all the Xbox games I could get on PC. So
yeah. No, I got you.
Yeah, like
I got you. I'm joking with that, but I got
I'm
you.
poking fun at y'all, but
Yeah.
really, I just
You just don't see the point of having an
yeah. For
Xbox.
me personally, if you got a gaming PC, you don't
Right.
need, you don't have.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
that I can agree with.
Yeah, you know how
so-
PC players are. You know, like Shy Cutie husband got his PC together lately.
That's
And
right.
He ain't even been on our gaming
No.
athlete group lately.
No.
We
That's
got
right.
like a
Join
crew.
me in the PC Master Race.
Yeah, he's in the PC master.
I'm
race, so.
experiencing abandonment issues because he's
Right.
has been on
Console
Yes, two
peasant.
of my gaming buddies done left us for the PC. Two of my
Right.
gaming buddies, our crew, we used to have a 6-man squad. And they
Yes.
done left us for the PC. So I'm a little
Everybody
salty about it.
Listen, if you build a gaming PC and once you install Steam and start you a Steam account, because the Steam account is
Yes.
free. It's just
Yeah.
Game Pass. So when you see that library in Steam,
Yes.
you leave consoles, you leave Xbox too.
Yeah.
Especially when Steam has a sale. When Steam has a sale for these games, it's retarded.
Yeah.
It is.
too
It's
old
retarded.
to be playing
They
on
are
PC.
so
It's too
cheap.
fast.
Like I'm
I
talking
was
about,
gonna
like,
say, Bree, that's one of the worst parts about
I'm
getting
old.
old.
I can't. It's too fast on PC.
Yeah.
Man, it's so fast. Like,
My
but I
reflexes
have to
ain't
say,
what
my
they used to be.
husband is an amazing Overwatch player because of the PC.
Yeah.
I have to say
it'll
that.
get you like that. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I
can't
mean,
play
he's so
Overwatch on
sharp.
It'll get you
PC.
like that. I'm telling
Right.
you.
I mean,
Yeah.
You
So-
got to come with it. You do. That's true. Now y'all tell you guys are spitting truth now because you got to bring
he
it
said we
on
spitting
PC.
truth.
Yeah.
Oh, just,
Okay, there you go. And we women too. Look at that.
You got to bring it on
God.
PC.
Y'all getting through?
Because
Look
I'm
at
saying,
that.
what I'm saying is that those the real nerds are on PC. Y'all,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Y'all
Absolutely.
just fooling around on console. But
Yeah,
you
we
get on
just
PC.
casual. Yeah.
Right,
We
right.
just-
Yeah, I'm
You know,
definitely casual. Yeah, I'm
You get on
casual.
PC, man.
But
It's a whole other
that-
world.
see,
Because
that's
I'll be on PC just like God.
Like 2009-ish, we was in the field, bro. Like we had like 6 dudes that was top 100 in Madden. Like that's why I said that's the worst part about getting older. Like we used to like 24 straight hours on that shit. Like
can't do it now,
heavy.
man. You can't do it now, though, man.
Hell no.
Don't exist.
I'll be dead the next day.
Right.
That's all are not having it. Yeah, for me and Shy Cutie, our kids just won't let us.
No,
exactly.
They don't want us to be great.
When my son first started walking, the first thing he learned to do was turn my goddamn Xbox on and off, and he loved the sound. It pissed me off. And whenever he would do it, he would look back at me and laugh. And I'm just looking at him like I just want to slap the dog shit.
Yeah.
Dog.
Actually, but see, my 3-year-old, she supports me. She's like, Mom, you can play your game now. Go ahead and play Halo. Okay, thank you. She'll tell me to play Halo.
Thanks for the permission.
So yeah, she gives me permission. So
not that I needed it, but appreciate it.
Yeah, but thank you. I support
every last one of my kids though. They all sat on my lap when I watched. You know what I mean, when I play the game.
She like when we win, she like to slap the couch and say, "Let's go."
I'll tell you what I got.
Oh, you got a cheerleader and everything.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I did, Tom, and I think I messed up here. I went and got that Oculus 2.
I got that too.
Yeah, the VR and well, look, when I'm playing PC games through Steam on VR, like Half-Life Alyx. Bro,
whoa.
That's next level stuff.
Rewind.
What?
You can play PC games through there?
Look, man.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk.
Why do you think I got the Oculus?
I didn't know that. We gotta talk. God,
you can do.
I hooked this joint up to my PC. It's hooked up to my PC now. It's just I just unplugged the power part. So I plugged the power part in.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, PC. Like you go to Steam, right? And you look up VR games. It's a ton. It's a gang of VR games.
Yeah, because the Oculus itself don't really got that many games. That's what I'm like. My shit been kind of sitting on my drawer.
There's a gang, like the one that gets you is like it's Half-Life Alyx, bruh. I'm talking it's weird. Because
I got
how real that stuff.
What's that shit called? Onward. The military game. It's called Onward.
It's called Onward.
Yeah, it's on Oculus.
Oh, okay.
Where you do the hand things to like cock it back to put the to reload the clip.
That's stuff like that. They got
it makes me so dizzy. I can't do it. I get really.
I did the boxing one. When I tell you I was drenched in sweat after like 3 rounds, I'm talking drenched. I said, "Oh my god, this will work out."
Did your arms get heavy?
Yeah, like and almost take the TV out, but like I kind of because I was like feeling around subconsciously to make sure I didn't hit nothing.
Right.
But if I wasn't doing that, I'd have took my TV out. I'd have knocked the shit out of my TV.
Yeah, I can see my toddler definitely trying to walk up on me playing.
Yeah. See, so Bri, when I do my VR, I have to do it at like 2 a.m. when they sleep. I can't do it in the daytime at all, or they will be uppercutted.
Yeah, you bound to fall.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, and Tommy B's a giant. He's who David fought in the Bible when he fought Goliath. So I know them kids gonna be
I'm gonna tell you what freaked me out. Like I'm gonna tell you what freaked me out with the VR stuff. Them sex games.
I haven't seen them.
You know, that's gonna be the next level.
Steve, Tommy, go to your computer. Go to Steam. STEAM. Go ahead and start your account, man.
Okay.
It's free. Okay,
because I just got like a regular Apple computer, so I'm still good with that.
Oh no, you can't get it.
No.
Okay, yeah. So I gotta get it again. Okay, because I'm gonna end up building one. My boy was on me about building one. I just got this just to start up the little the streaming shit, but I'm gonna definitely end up getting a computer.
Those VR sex games, I'm like, this is shit. Okay, I knew this was coming. I'm like,
it's the future,
yeah, coming, but
it's the future. That's gonna be marriage. That's gonna be marriage.
I can't. I was like, ladies, I was like, I can't do this shit.
The manosphere will cease to exist once that shit get cracking. These niggas won't have nothing to complain about, and I'll be free to move along as I was.
See, there you go. Well, it's we're right at 2 hours and 15 minutes. I have to wrap up the show. We finished talking about it, but it's been great kicking it, talking with y'all about gaming. We're gonna have a show about gaming, even though it's an anime channel. But I feel like Blerd culture includes gamers as well, and we're all
hand in hand.
Anime make games.
Anime makes are they trash is another debate, but we'll
No,
yeah,
they
we
ain't
gotta have
trash all
another
the time.
discussion
a
about
lot of them are the same. I mean, Dragon Ball and Naruto, some of them just button mashing. But we'll talk about that another day.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because I did get a little taste of that myself.
Yeah, I used to be. I like the Naruto game though. I fucks with it. It's fun. But anyway, so
one?
yeah, thank you. Which one? Ultimate Ninja Storm.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that one. But I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you everybody for coming up. Thank you, Mandrill, Jay, Tommy B, Shy Cutie. Thank you everybody in the chat for checking it out. Shout out to my co-host Twan. I don't know what we'll be talking about next week, but my next show is on Wednesday, and we'll be talking about Summer Wars, which is a movie. So if you want to talk about the movie with us, watch it.
Oh, good movie.
Up on Wednesday. Yeah.
What is it
So
called?
Summer Wars. That's a good one.
Yeah.
What's that?
So
What's that on?
Oh, shit, I don't know.
Oh shit!
We
I'm
don't
gonna have
usually
to
look
Google.
until we trying to watch the movie.
Yeah,
Summer Wars, watch online.
I love you for that. Yeah, we don't know.
We were struggling with Wolf Children. I had to pay $10 motherfucking dollars to watch that.
Yeah, because they had it on one
Where you
platform and
streaming?
then they took it off. So
They only had it on Apple TV and Funimation wasn't working.
Oh,
so I had
okay.
to pay $10. I was upset about it.
Oh,
But
they
it's
got a
good
part
movie.
2 to it.
Summer Wars, yeah. So
Yeah.
we're finishing and we're doing a
Bros.
series with watching all of Mamoru Hosada's movies. And so we're going
Yeah.
into Summer Wars next. And that's what we'll be talking about on Wednesday. I'm going to go ahead and take y'all off and say my goodbyes and my reminders. Thank y'all.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody. All right. Oops. Nope. All right. So thank you everybody for watching. We had fun. We talked about a lot of stuff today, but we talked about our experience growing up as Black fans of anime, nerd culture, blerd culture, RDC World 1, Black cosplayers, Black people being a monolith, representation. We talked about so much. I definitely had fun. I appreciate everybody sharing their experiences, hanging out in the chat, everybody who came up. So like I said, the next show is on Wednesday. Sorry, it's our movie day. We'll be talking about Summer Wars. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. If you like this content, and make sure you subscribe and share this with anybody else who you think may like this content. We're trying to get to 100 followers. That's our first goal post we're trying to get. We're trying to get 100 subscribers. I'm also on Twitch, Kawaii Bri 123, no spaces. On Twitch, I play games. I might play Overwatch. I stream. I talk about random stuff. We have a little bit more of a free format over there. And we do our shoujo shows on Thursday on Twitch as well. So with that being said, make sure you follow me on IG if you like. And check out my store. I definitely have some t-shirts related to blurs and otakus. I have 2 t-shirts in the store right now that say otaku since 1995 and blurred since 1995. They are unisex t-shirts. So yeah, you can check those out if you're interested in it. So with that being said, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening and bye.
Hey, Wiz. I got a question.